testing the internet. Hold on. All right, guys. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Chiodo Movie Talk. It's been a little minute. It's been about 2 weeks, maybe a week or so. And we're back. And we got the crew with us today. We have, let's start on this side. We have Andy. What's going on, Andy?
Nothing much.
Not much, man. Let's see. Oh, is this? Hold on one second. I forgot to do something. Let me just quickly switch this over here. There we go. Oh man, see what happens when you're gone for 2 weeks? Everything gets mixed up. So so we're live and like I said, hello everybody. Welcome back. So we got Andy over there. What's going on, Andy? Anything you want to say?
Boomers suck, and that's it.
Boomers suck. Hey, I'm not a boomer. And of course, we have Gabe. What's going on, man? How are you, dude?
What's up, big boys and big girls?
Big boys and big girls.
It's your boy here, Gabe, or Goob, or whatever. We can call me Goob because you have like 3 Gabes.
Yeah. That's true. And,
so I can go by Goob. That's fine.
Good. That's fine. I'm just gonna test the audio real quick and see if there's any feedback. Man, how are you, dude? It's good. There's no feedback. That's great. And we have over here Carter. What's up, Carter?
What's up, guys?
How are you, man?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I see you got Jokers and the Batmobile behind you, and we have Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is that
sure do? What
are the dogs' names? Bruce and who else?
Oh gosh, yeah. Bruce is one of them. I can't remember the other one.
No, you don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, for those who didn't know, yes, I'm wearing glasses. I have new glasses. I normally wear glasses, but every time I do the show, I don't wear them because I just
because
don't wear
Dom has so many lights on in the studio that we can see him reflected in his lenses.
Yeah. Bud and Love. That's correct. That is true. They're reflecting. My glasses are reflecting in the camera, and now I don't know if I should keep them on or keep them off. I know I got a smudge going on, but that's from Mavi coming up to lick me in the face. So
keep them on.
I meant Bud and Lou, not Bud and Low. I fucking fat fingered the shit out of that.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. All right, so I guess I'm gonna keep these on, and yeah. Okay, so I don't know if we should start with the main topic and the title of this video. And my wife tuned in, and she sent me a text and said, "Don't talk about that shit on the internet. The show looks like it's trash." Well, it's not a show; it's a movie.
Doesn't the show always look like it's trash, though?
Yeah,
At least from Tristan's point of view.
Yeah. Yeah, that what?
True.
Yeah, that is true. Go ahead, guys. If you're just tuning in, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. Likes help. Likes, it helps us progress in life in the world of YouTube. So let me just go ahead before we get started and kind of post this right here, so people can they can tune in and interact with us. Oh man, I'm trying to sign in on YouTube on the other on my other laptop, but it's not letting me sign in, which kind of sucks. So I guess I'm gonna have to do everything by my phone, which that's okay. All right, guys. So before we get started, or before we started the show, I presented you guys with a trailer, and that was Bit. So it looks like the movie was supposed to come out in what the hell? Why am I'm signed out of everything. On my phone, I'm signed out on my computer. I don't even hold on. Let me do this.
You're being hacked.
I think so.
The transgender community's like, fuck Dom and his show. We don't want him fucking talking about our movie.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so there we go. I'm logged back in, and this works. So our main topic that we're starting off with is it's about a movie called Bit, right? And hold on, let me turn this down. Bit is, let me pull it up. It says that a transgender teen girl named Laurel, played by Nicole Maines, and she's really transgender, on summer vacation in Los Angeles, fights to survive after she falls in with 4 queer feminist vampires who try to rid the city streets of predatory men.
Okay.
All right. That
They're
is...
queer feminist vampires?
Yeah, they're
But
queer
they can't
feminist
bite the
vampires.
vampire. Like, they can't bite guys because they don't want guy vampires.
Right.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
It
Not much.
No, it
Oh.
doesn't. What were you saying, Andy?
I almost have no words. Vampires aren't pro or against feminism. They just want to fucking eat. They're the fucking shark from Jaws. They're not shiny. They're not fucking political. They just eat your ass.
So, okay, after watching this trailer, gentlemen, it seems like it is Booksmart meets The Lost Boys meets what's another good movie?
You said Twilight earlier, but that's not a good movie.
Oh well, it has Twilight vibes.
Everybody talks like this.
No, not really. But without getting into anything negative, because that's not what we do on the show. We don't talk about
What? I'm on the wrong fucking show.
Well, we don't talk about anyone's communities in a negative way or get political, because that's not what our little bubble is about. Our little bubble is about talking about movies. Mm-hmm. From watching this trailer, am I giving feedback? Is that me?
I don't hear it.
What?
There's a little bit of a little high-pitched noise sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's me or...
It's probably fucking me. Hold on.
But like I said, we don't get in any political ways or talk about anyone's gender identity. What? Oh, you muted yourself.
I said it's always Andy.
Yeah, it's always Andy. We don't talk about anybody's gender identity or sexuality in a negative way, but this is a movie coming out. From the trailer that we watched before we started,
Can I talk about my own gender sexuality in a negative way?
I mean, Andy, if that's what you would like to do about yourself, then...
I fucking hate fat people.
Hey, man, that's mean. I'm a fat people. But... Nothing...
Okay, I fucking hate morbidly obese people.
What? Say that again?
I said, okay, I fucking hate morbidly obese people.
Oh, God, stop. With watching this trailer, nothing about this trailer says anything about, one, the main protagonist being transgender. And it says...
I thought she was a girl first.
Well, she is a girl. She's a transgender.
Well, you know what I mean.
Transgender. You mean you thought she was cisgender? Okay. Okay, so you don't know the difference.
Oh, shit. We're getting all kinds of confusing here.
Okay.
Yeah.
let me put it in simpler terms for you. Cisgender is the gender you were born into, okay? And the gender you identify as. So you identify, Carter, as a cisgender male, okay?
Right.
Transgender.
Wait. Get it straight, Dom. He's a cisgender straight male.
Well, okay. He's not a transgender female who is queer, apparently, in this movie. But, so you're a cisgender heterosexual male, okay? Right. From what it seems like is, what it's saying is that this girl is a transgender female who's heterosexual, so straight, but she links up on summer vacation with 4 queer vampire women who rid the streets of Los Angeles of predatory men. Nothing about this trailer says anything whatsoever about the storyline of this movie besides the women being vampires,
right,
and then them biting men. So
it seems like a coming-to-age story of vampires.
yeah.
Twilight 2.0 LA edition, if you want to go that way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I guess okay. It's awesome that the trans community is getting a real transgender actress portraying somebody that's transgender and being the star of their own movie. But at the same time, what's cooler than superheroes? Vampires.
Nothing.
Carter says nothing. But
yeah,
Maybe
wait
Darth
till
Vader,
fucking Morbius comes out, and then we'll talk.
you said Darth Vader.
Probably gonna be trash.
Yeah, Morbius does look trash. But like I said, nothing about this movie.
Who is playing Morbius? Jared Leto, the guy that fucking did the Joker terribly. Yeah, I'm good.
Jared Leto. Yeah.
Just saying, that's how I feel about it. I'm just like, oh, you're getting the guy who played the Joker really badly to play Morbius.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. I just think he should just stay like singing and that's it.
I mean, okay, just to play devil's advocate and defend Jared Leto. If you were an actor, even if you were a bad actor, okay, and they came to you and said, "Do you want to play the Joker?" What are you going to say?
I'm going to say, hell yeah, but the thing is, like, that might have saved the movie if they actually put someone who could fucking do the role correctly. Like, instead it was just like, 5 DC properties that ended up going to shit? Like, and just losing money? Like,
I mean, he had the unfortunate luck to come after Heath Ledger's Joker, and that's a hard act to follow. Now, Joaquin did a magnificent job, but that was a totally different movie too.
Yeah, I agree. But let's go ahead and kind of jump back on topic real quick, and then we'll kind of get it. We'll get into.
No, this is an organic show, and we're throwing that shit out the window, or I'm going to start writing bad reviews.
Oh no,
technically
you did
we
not,
are
bro.
Organic. We have carbon in ourselves, so technically this is an organic show.
Yeah, that is true. But okay, let me.
Never mind.
Let me go to you, Andy, real quick, because the camera's on you. Oh, by the way, Tristan just sent in a text message.
Oh, shit.
She said... okay, so she said, shit is a fucking joke. No one's going to watch it except diehard SJWs. It's a bullshit comedy, and it's going to make the community look more like a joke than it already is. That's what Tristan just said.
That's what I was going to ask. Were you guys getting an SJW vibe off of this?
But queerhorrorfilms.com said it's outstanding. So, I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Who's to say? Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, well. When did it come out? It's already on Amazon Prime.
Is it really?
Yeah, it released June 22nd.
Oh.
You can buy it for $6.99. It has a 3.8% review rate on IMDb and 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Apparently,
you gotta. Oh yeah, it's you can buy it for $6.99.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Hey, I'm gonna switch over to computer. So
Okay. All right. So then, let me just do this. Okay. So, Gabe, why do you think they did not market this movie to be what it actually is? Why did the studio market it as, a vampire movie, which it is, and why do you think they didn't take the steps to actually say what it really is?
I think
Do you think they were afraid?
I don't know. It could be like. I think that's still a touchy subject in our society. Honestly, if we have to go political with it, and I think that's honestly probably why. Like the second you bring up transgender, it's like, boom, the room is split. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this movie was released in April 24th, 2020 is when it's going to be streaming, right?
Right.
It says here. But it was initial release June 22nd, 2019. It didn't get, again, I don't want to say it's like a political issue, but more than likely that's, the main thing of why. I mean, the reviews look good from what it's saying. It's saying it's a little bit more, like the trailer does not give it justice according to these reviews.
Okay.
Like this guy says here, it's much more than a typical genre movie. It fights with robust feminine force and leaves a notable mark of representation fused with bloodthirsty vampires and universal ambition. So, I mean, it could have been, maybe it didn't make a lot of money due to the fact that, how it was presented, or maybe the story. I don't know. It's kind of like a weird middle ground because the reviews look amazing on it apparently,
right?
But from the synopsis and the trailer, it's not really. I mean, unless it was meant to be a small indie, provocative, get your mind thinking about transgender rights kind of film, which I could see them going more of that route if it's more of like an indie film where they go to like a South by Southwest, and like present it there, or go to one of those small movie festivals. Mm-hmm. Small is not the right word, but go to one of those music, or movie festivals and present it there. I could see it being like that because they've done that, for a lot of movies, like that. Sure. Robert Pattinson movie that was released through the, it was first shown in like a South by Southwest type of convention. You know what I mean? Like a media convention.
Right.
And then it received traction through that. The Robert Pattinson movie, the fucking sailor one where he fucks a mermaid in his dreams or whatever.
Is that Lighthouse?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Lighthouse is a really good movie.
Yeah, but it's like it's more like an indie film versus a big production kind of movie, right?
Yeah. Very true. So let me go to you, Carter, real quick, and then we'll jump down to Andy. Carter, what is your thoughts on the marketing of this movie? And if you were the studio head that developed this movie or produced this movie, would you market it the way it is, or would you market the movie as what it really is about? Or is this just a hard way to market it?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult way to market it because I think it's gonna. If people don't know what it's really about and they go into it, they might be a little bit upset about what they see because there's certain people who would be very offended by this type of movie. I think it's, like I said, it's more of a niche type of film, so I think it's more for like small release. I don't know if it's direct to video or released in the bigger cities like New York and LA and stuff like that. I just don't see it being a mainstream type of deal.
Okay. And Andy, same question to you. Do you market this film exactly what it is, or is the marketing of this movie the right marketing, or how do you market something like this? What are your thoughts on everything that what's being done about this film?
I think if I was going to weigh in on the whole marketing situation, I'd actually have to see the film. Now, of course, the trailer looks horrible, and to go back to what I think Gabe was saying was, somebody was saying that, any movie can be bad. Lost Boys versus the sequels.
Yeah, that is
Lost Boys was
very
awesome.
true.
The sequels sucked ass.
There were sequels.
Yeah. You just don't even erase that from your memory, because you don't need to have that blight on your fucking conscience of destroying the original Lost Boys. But I don't know. I mean, I think you have to throw transgender in there because that's I think that's their audience. I think that's what they're shooting for. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. My problem with it is it's probably SJW, and now that I've always been stuck at home, but now that I'm more stuck at home, I've been watching a lot more shit on the internet. And from my understanding of the internet is SJW has ruined everything. Like, I think, what was it? It was either DC or Marvel or somebody, because they're, the comics industry is having a hard time. The first thing they did was they cut their SJW bullshit. Yeah. Because it obviously didn't sell well if they're cutting it anyway.
That's Marvel.
So, oh, yeah, it was Marvel. But, they could do a movie right. They could do a movie wrong. I like the cast. The idea is original, I guess. I just think that they could probably do it better. Like I said, the trailer looks horrible. I'd have to see the movie to see if the rest of it's horrible or not. And there's kajillions upon kajillions of vampire movies out there, and the majority of them aren't good. So,
yeah, I guess this is their way of kind of standing out from the other vampire movies and trying to get people to tune in, so to speak.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so here's one review from it, right? This person gives it a 9 out of 10. And they say, this whole movie was an amazing ride with some great shots, really nice direction, as well as really important messages. No spoilers. I love vampire flicks, but honestly, I didn't think anyone before it could compare to this movie. It was fun, queer, inclusive, and empowering, but still challenged a lot of ideas some people can get stuck in, like radical feminism. It brought up a lot of big topics and got my friends and I talking, and I will definitely recommend it to more people. Only criticism I can think of off the top of my head is that the ending felt really quick, and the resounding message got foggy towards the resolution. 9 out of 10.
Interesting.
So on Amazon, it's got a 5 stars on it.
Right.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it's also got a high ranking. It's got a 83% user rating and 100% tomato rating.
Okay, so that's not bad. I mean, that's.
But what are the numbers behind that? Like, how many people have rated that?
7 for the tomato. Out of 7 of the 7 tomato ratings, they all gave them 100%. And then the 6 audience gave it an average rating of 4.25 stars. So, I mean, it's like very few people watch this movie, but the people who did really liked it.
1/1000th of the people on Earth really like this movie.
That's like me making a movie, and only you guys watching it and saying
Friends really liked it.
IMDb has 180 ratings, and averaged was 3.8 stars out of 10.
Yeah. I saw one review. It was like 1 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't
So
know.
it seems like from the ratings by demographic, females in their 30 to 40s are the ones that enjoyed this movie more out of any other age bracket / sex bracket.
Okay.
So-
Time out. So you said women between the ages of 30 and 40 watch this movie the most.
30 and 44 had the highest rate or highest rating for it at 9.2%.
What the hell?
Or 9.2 stars out of 10. Sorry, so like 92% rating on it. But out of the top 1,000 voters, it gets a 2.8 out of 10, so 28% on IMBD. And females like it more than male do at 7.4 out of 10 female score to a 3.5 for the male score.
Yeah, I would expect more female viewership than male on this one, especially with the
It's not shocking at
SJW.
all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the highest ratings come from 0 to 44 female, and then male ratings are all 4.7, 3.7, 3.0 for the age brackets.
Interesting.
But they did win an award
Oh,
for it. Like I said, it's probably a festival that they premiered it at. It looks like they premiered it at LA Outfest, which I'm assuming is an LGBT-oriented film showcase and festival in LA. So they, I guess, released it there, like I was saying, and they won. Nicole Maines, which is the main character of the story, the one that turns into a vampire, she won an outstanding performance in a U.S. feature for this film at LA Outfest. And she was nominated for a film performance, I guess, award from the Queer Tees, which I'm assuming is like the Grammys, but more LGBT. It says the Queerties honor LGBTQ community's brightest stars, and they recognize the best in LGBTQ culture and media with like the community's votes. So it's not them, it's not like a panel like the Grammys or something.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you.
Grammys. It's like the public's vote. So they were nominated for it. She's a nominee, but the votes haven't come in yet for the award, I guess, because it seems like it's not time for that shit yet. So, I mean, it's getting like, from the LGBTQ community, it's getting good reviews. But again, I think the disconnect comes when you're not a part of that community. We're all straight white males, so well, I mean, I'm just assuming we're all straight white males, but still,
Yes.
Like this movie would probably not be for us. I mean, it might be entertaining, but it's not directed towards our market. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
say Marvel and DC, they go for the nerdy market because people that like that shit will eat it up. But like,
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get like. Yeah, I will.
Did we lose you?
No.
He has a visitor.
Oh, he has a visitor.
Yeah. What? I'm talking. Do you have a problem?
Okay. Let me just kind of. Okay, here you go. He's back.
But like I was saying, like it's hard. It's like the same thing for like Marvel superheroes. It's not. There's not a lot of like a female fan. I mean, there is a female fan base, but it's a lot smaller than the male audience. You know, like
Yeah.
if I was to be like, yo, mom, you want to go watch Iron Man? She's not gonna know that shit. You know what I mean? So I think it's more meant for that community versus. I think if it ended up bringing big numbers and it was a big like, oh my god, like this is a great coming to age story about an LGBTQ story. I think it could have blown up and gone to a bigger market, but because it doesn't really seem like it was going for that market anyway.
Okay,
It seems like a very smaller film.
Just real quick before we go back into whatever Dom's going to say, as far as the hetero white male, how dare you assume that I'm white?
Oh, Jesus.
I look white, so I'm going to just say I'm white.
I am white, but how dare you assume?
Oh, I'm assuming. I don't give no fuck.
Okay, so real quick, and then we'll kind of jump ship to something else before we have multiple communities coming after us.
Right.
No, they're coming after you. This is your show.
They're coming after me.
My opinions are all for the show. None of these opinions are actually my opinions. I love all people. What do you mean?
Jesus.
If anybody wants the address that Dom's at right now, just DM me.
Jesus.
I got you.
Right.
It seems like when studios release these type of properties or films, they have trouble marketing them. Because look at Booksmart. I feel like Booksmart, they didn't really know how to market that movie. And then Love, Simon, when that movie came out, it seems like the first couple trailers, they really had trouble marketing that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just interesting, and I guess I'm kind of interested in checking it out. I'm all for diversity in different films, and because all film is subjective, and hey man, anything with vampires catches my eyes, unless you're Twilight, then stay the fuck away.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen that Lucy Liu vampire movie?
No.
Which one was that one?
Hold on.
Maybe.
I can't remember what the hell it was called. I also don't know how to spell her name.
It's Liu, I think.
Movie. How do you spell movie?
Lucy Liu. That's the
Rise, Blood Hunter, 2007.
Haven't seen that one.
I watched it. She gets naked in it, but I don't think it's a great vampire movie.
No.
What? That's like the most important part of the whole movie.
Lucy Liu getting naked. You mean?
Yeah. Dude, everybody loves boobies. Everybody.
That is true. Everybody loves boobies. But okay. So, with production having been delayed indefinitely, Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios has finally made the decision to move back John Watts' upcoming Spider-Man threequel, which will set the return of Tom Holland as the web slinger for July 16th, 2021 to November 5th, 2021. Okay, that is a bad date, let me just say.
What is it?
November. They're pushing it from July 16th, 2021 to November 5th, 2021.
That'll be around the time Batman comes out.
Batman comes out and James Bond comes out. So that they're just killing
That's
themselves.
going to be a war of the blockbusters. Why wouldn't they release that
James
like
Bond's
Thanksgiving
this
weekend?
year,
I don't know. Well,
What, Carter?
so James Bond's this year.
no.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. You're right. James Bond is this year, but so it will now replace Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which Marvel Studios has moved to March 25th, 2022. They've also moved up Taika Waititi's Thor: Love and Thunder 1 week from February 18th, 2022 to February 11th, 2022. Elsewhere, Sony has moved their Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel from April 8th, 2022 to October 7th, 2022. A date previously accompanied by an untitled Marvel Studios film. It moved up another Tom Holland starred film, Uncharted, from October 8th, 2021 to July 16th, 2021. The latter has only just begun filming before production has shut down due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Let's see. And then it says this is the second major release date shift today after Paramount moved a number of films, including Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible 7 from November 19th to 2021 and Mission Impossible 8th to November 4th, 2022. Marvel Studios is now down to 3 films for the 2021 year. So The Eternals, Shanghai, and Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man 3. And is set to open 4 films in the span of 6 months in 2022. Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Black Panther 2, and Captain Marvel 2, which nobody cares about. And there's an updated list of the movies coming out and how everything's now been shifted. There is The Black Widow, which is 11/6/20. The Eternals is 2/12/21. Shanghai and the Legend of the Ten Rings is 5/7/21.
Shanghai Surprise with Madonna and Sean Penn?
I meant Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, sure. Legend of the Ten Rings is 5/7/21. Marvel Sony Spider-Man 3, 11/5/21. Thor, Love and Thunder, 2/11/22. Doctor Strange 2, 3/25/22. Black Panther 2, 5/6/22. Captain Marvel 2, 7/8/22. Untitled Marvel film, 2/17/23. Untitled Marvel film, 5/5/23. Untitled Marvel film, 7/28/23. And there's another untitled Marvel film, 11/3/23. And then there's also, oh my God, everything is being shifted around. Then they have... Okay, so these are so what this list is a list of movies being shift around by the studios, right? So that was just Marvel, and then Sony changes up some dates. Connected.
What was the earliest date on the Marvel?
What is what?
What was the earliest date on the Marvel?
The earliest date on Marvel looked like Black Widow, 11/6/20.
Okay, yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't think we really don't need a Black Widow movie, but we'll get into that.
You shut your mouth.
I thought you were going to say
tight suits are what everybody needs.
What?
Scantily clad women in tight suits is what everybody needs. Just go to Twitch. They're full of them, and they're all making fucking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Jesus. And then Sony's got some changes. Connected, Escape Room, Fatherhood. I thought there was already a movie of Fatherhood out. Vivio, Uncharted, Hotel Transylvania 4, The Man from Toronto, Marvel Spider-Man, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2, The Night Tangled. I don't know what that is. Disney has some dates. Disney event film, Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange 2, and another live-action Disney film. And then Paramount has made some changes as well. The Tomorrow War. There's going to be a Paw Patrol movie. Mission Impossible 7. Dungeons and Dragons is coming out 5/27/22. Mission Impossible 8. And then Spell is to be determined. Carter, with all this information just thrown at you and a whole bunch of dates, which date and which movie stands out the best for you, and what are you looking forward the most, and your thoughts overall with everything?
It sounds like a little jumble to me, actually. I don't know.
Bunch of random numbers.
I think once I see a trailer, I mean, I'm not the hugest Marvel fan, so I have to see something as far as a trailer or something for me to get excited about it. Right now, I'm more excited about the Wonder Woman movie. The other
What
stuff.
movie?
Wonder Woman 84,
Oh yeah.
which I hope still comes out in August, but we'll see.
What would you do if it doesn't?
Right? I don't know.
There's no way they're not putting that movie out.
Oh yeah, it's coming out sometime.
Andy, your thoughts on everything? Dates, movies,
Oh, at this point, I'm not trusting any dates until the shit hits the fan. Because nobody knows what's going to happen, you know?
yeah.
Until they get a vaccine, this is all just up in the air bullshit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would get into that, but I'm nowhere qualified to get into political information and vaccines.
It's not political. It's just, there's a fucking virus out there that could potentially kill you. And until there's a vaccine, then, it's all just up in the air.
Right.
Yeah.
I would ask Gabe his thoughts on everything, but it looks like he's kind of
He's been replaced by Chair Coon.
yeah. As I see that.
Chair Coon, what's your take on all this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, okay. So I'm kind of bummed, right? I was really hoping we would have Spider-Man 3 out because he's my favorite Marvel character.
Really?
No,
Oh, yeah,
well,
that's right. Or Daredevil.
okay. Movie-wise, I think Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character. Movie-wise. Comic book-wise, I feel like Daredevil, as of right now, of all the stuff that I've read, I feel like Daredevil has better storylines and his stories are told a lot better. And for me, they're better. Like, when I read Spider-Man comics, I don't know, I can't stay in tuned with it. I think it's because I know the history of Spider-Man too well. And his rogues gallery is just, when they're done right, they're amazing. But Spider-Man can get very campy very quickly. I don't know if you can agree with me or not, Carter.
I haven't read a whole lot of Spider-Man.
Right.
To be honest with you.
It seems like when the writers now for Spider-Man are kind of writing towards children a little bit, or gearing it towards kids, and Daredevil to me has always had that mature writing style. His storytelling is a little bit better, to me at least.
Yeah.
So in the movies, is definitely Spider-Man. Anytime there's a Spider-Man movie, I have to see it opening night. I have to be first in line. Because I think that was my earliest movie theater experience, was the first Spider-Man movie, going and seeing that. So,
As far as backstory goes, you start with Spider-Man as he's in high school or whatever.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I haven't read a ton of Daredevil, but obviously, he was already a lawyer when they probably introduced his character, right?
No?
Nope. So what was the deal?
So
Not
Daredevil.
the backstory, but like issue 1, he's running around rooftop to rooftop, and he's not a lawyer yet.
No. So
Okay, in between when he starts being Daredevil, he goes to fucking law school and then becomes a lawyer. What the fuck, dude?
So
I think it's a superhero law school.
That's his superpower, is I can pass any law exam.
Stan Lee's at the front of that class.
yeah.
He's in the class.
So okay, here is the origin of Daredevil. Jack the Devil Murdoch, right?
Yeah.
He was a boxer, which is Daredevil's dad. So Daredevil's dad was a boxer. Daredevil's mom was a nun who got knocked up by the dad, and she fled, went back to the church, and abandoned Matt Murdock. So Matt Murdock's father took care of him. He was a Daredevil. Matt Murdock
started out with him as a kid, did they?
Yeah. He was about 12 years old.
12.
Yeah, 12 when he became blind. He was, of course, Stan Lee's writing. There was somebody in the street wearing headphones, I think it was, and not really paying attention to whatever they were doing. And there was an accident. It's been done a couple different ways. It's always an accident that happens. But was it Carter? Was it gamma radiation? Yeah, it was gamma radiation.
I heard it's like a chemical or something that splashed in his eye.
Yeah, it was like it was gamma oil or something like that, if I remember correctly. It was always gamma or something. And so when he saved a guy, it caused an accident with a truck, and these oil this chemical dropped and came into his eyes, and he went blind, right? And that blindness queued up his senses, and he can hear your heartbeat, he can tell when you're lying, he can do everything a superhero can do because he became Daredevil.
Yeah, but he wasn't Daredevil as a kid. That's what I'm saying.
No, not at first. Well, kind of, but not at first. He kind of went into a depression. He didn't know how to handle this.
Okay, what I'm saying is Spider-Man, bam, he's in fucking school. Right. That's where Spider-Man starts. Now, Daredevil, yeah, he got his fucking powers when he was a kid, but the first issue isn't his entire childhood. At some point in that first issue, he was Daredevil, and he was a fucking lawyer, right?
Towards the end of the pages, yes. Towards the end of the issue.
Okay, so, it's not like, okay, we're going to start Daredevil out. He's a little kid, and we're going to follow him until he becomes a fucking lawyer, and then he becomes a lawyer, and he's Daredevil. No. That's not the same. They had to do the origin story, right?
Right.
But he was already fucking Daredevil. That's a fucking flashback. It's Daredevil. He's a fucking lawyer. He kicks ass.
Yes.
Right? Okay, right. So issue 2 wasn't, and now in the continuing stories of young Daredevil, we're on after where he's learning how to fucking be a badass or whatever. Daredevil was always kind of an adult comic book. The kid part is just like flashbacks. It's a backstory, but you don't really start there. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you're
technically they start there, but I mean, it's not like the entire run was him going to fucking law school and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, well, the Frank Miller, right? Yeah. Frank Miller. His run, his issues of Daredevil, which is considered the definitive origin story for Daredevil. Started out him as a kid, everything that I told you about, and then he meets Stick, and Stick trains him into being Daredevil, and then he meets Foggy in college, and that's how they become friends, and then they open up the law or whatever it is, and then he becomes Daredevil. But
all I'm saying is that when Spider-Man issue 1 came out, he was Spider-Man, but it's not like. Meanwhile, after he graduates high school and college, and he's off in fucking New York being Spider-Man, we're gonna flash back to where he meets Mary Jane. No, it kind of started out, and then he fucking goes along, and he fucking meets Mary Jane and shit, right?
Well, yeah, he didn't meet. He met Mary Jane in issue.
Spider-Man was kind of geared
120.
towards a younger crowd, whereas Daredevil was a grown ass man who's a lawyer who fucking kicks ass at night because he's got extrasensory perceptions, and he's got anger issues because his fucking dad died, and or you know all the bullshit that happened.
Yeah, but yes, to answer your question, Spider-Man didn't meet Mary Jane until issue 122 because issue 121, spoiler, Gwen Stacy dies, and then.
So he had like a whole other girlfriend before he ever met Mary Jane.
Yeah. Mary Jane didn't come in until
we start Spider-Man when he's a kid, and then technically, Daredevil started out as a kid, but there was a jump there where it's like, okay, I'm a fucking lawyer. I'm a lawyer.
Yeah, but in that same time frame, Daredevil. I don't even know why I have this thing over here. You can't even see the Funko Pops. I don't think so. But,
I can see them.
You can.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Daredevil met Elektra, and he fell in love with Elektra. He met Black Widow, fell in love with Black Widow. He met Karen, fell in love with Karen. Who else did he fall in love with?
Black Hat.
Yeah, Black Hat. Yeah, Black Hat, Spider-Man, and Daredevil. They had a threesome together. That was an interesting issue. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah. Oh yeah, that was interesting to read.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so the Spider-Man movies have always been better to me. The Daredevil movies, they haven't been so good because we only had one. I guess you can consider Daredevil TV show a movie or whatever. I enjoy that. I like that a lot. But if we can get Daredevil on the big screen, hopefully one of these movies that is one of the dates for Marvel, that'll be awesome. But we do know at least one of those dates has to be. I see your Doritos. Nice. Has to be.
Bag.
What?
That's an old bag, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a retro bag.
I've been keeping it since like 1970.
Jesus. I believe it.
So good.
Yeah.
I put the good shit in there.
But I think one of those movies, and I hope one of those movies is Fantastic Four or the X-Men. Gabe, I don't know if you were here, Gabe, for all the dates that I announced about all the movies coming out in the Marvel and whatever, but of all the dates I read, which one stands out the most for you, and what are your thoughts on it?
Yes.
Good answer.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. I like the new reiteration with Tom Holland, personally.
Agreed.
I just think he's the most, I hate saying comic book accurate with our boy in here because he's the comic book guy. But in my opinion, I think he's the most comic accurate. I'm probably wrong in comparison to our comic guru right next to me to the left. But for me, I like how he's an actual teenager. I really hate stories that, like, when you have a teenage character and it's like, oh, by the way, now he's just an adult. Like, prime example, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Percy Jackson.
Yes.
I love that book series. I love, mythology. I have a mythology tattoo on my chest. So for me, I love mythology. In the books, he's 12 years old. In the movie, he's like a ripped 21-year-old. Literally, the main setting of the story is a camp. Like, why is this buff-ass 21-year-old in a camp? Like, the book and the series is written around, like, him being, like, 12 at the beginning and him being, like, 18 at the end. So, like, for me, I love the fact that, like, in this reiteration, he's younger, and it's, like, showing the whole progression of the character rather than it be like, oh, yeah, he's a college kid already, or he's got a career and he's already a full-fledged person, and now he's trying to balance life. Like, I like seeing, Tom Holland portray the teenage, lifestyle. Oh shit! Now I have powers, and I gotta figure this shit out. Like, I love like Into the Spider-Verse or whatever the frick that movie is called.
Yeah.
I love that. I thought that's. I'll take back my comment. That's the best Spider-Man movie ever. Then I'll have to go with the Tom Holland Spider-Mans. I love the memes inside of that movie though, personally. So I think Spider-Man. I like Doctor Strange, so I would like to see what they're gonna do with like the whole multiverse,
Right.
Multiverse of Darkness, right? Is that what it's called, or something like that, or
I
something?
think it's Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, it's
That's what
multiverse
it
of
is,
madness.
So I'd like to see that, just because I want to see how they would make it happen. I don't really like Fantastic Four personally. I just feel like every movie show iteration of Fantastic Four has made me like me.
They just
I haven't read any of
They
the.
haven't done it right.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Doctor Doom is such a baddie, and he's such a pussy in every single movie that we have him. And I'm like, God, like he's supposed to be like one of the big bads of the whole universe.
Yeah.
And he's so underpowered in those movies. And I'm just like, now if it's done correctly, I would love it because then you could tie it into Marvel and everything. But if it's just going to be another shitty Fantastic Four movie, you're going to have to put me as a no for that one.
Who owns that property?
Marvel, doesn't it?
Had been Fox.
Yeah.
Fox.
It was Fox when they first put those out. Now that Disney owns.
Okay, so they're going to bring it into the MCU.
Yeah, it's owned by Walt Disney right now.
Okay, so I think they'll do a good job with it.
They bought it from 21st Century Fox in December of 2017 for $52.4 billion.
Woo.
Yeah, that's
Outside X-Men and Deadpool.
Other than, and this is the sophomore curse, of course. Other than like I guess the Incredible Hulk, the MCU has just been spectacular for me.
I mean, it's had its ups and downs.
It's had its ups and downs. I wish they made a Hulk movie, with the Hulk that they decided to actually go with.
Yeah.
For the fact that they changed the Hulk like 3 times, it just, I kind of wish that they made something about it. Okay, so I just looked it up. Black Panther, honestly, okay, this is going to sound real racist. Never even seen the first one.
Dude,
Just
the first
because
one is
I
so
feel like I
fucking
already
boring.
know him. I feel like I already know him enough from the other Marvel properties that I don't need to go and be like, I haven't. His concept is simple to me out of everybody else's concept.
Right.
To be honest with you, I was so bored watching Black Panther. I could not get into it at all. I totally tuned it out.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like something that really entices me into going to watch it. Black Widow, again, is another one that I'm like, I don't feel like I need to watch it. I mean, the only reason why I'd probably watch it would be for Taskmaster is in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but are they going to do him
Taskmaster.
right, though?
If they do him right, I'll watch the movie. If they don't do him right, I don't want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Black Panther's concerned, it's a good movie. It might even be a great movie, but the hype was completely overblown. I saw that, and then I think Thor Ragnarok came out before or after.
And Thor Ragnarok to me was great.
Oh yeah, Thor Ragnarok blew it out.
Probably the best Thor out of all the Thors, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like Tahiti, whatever his name is,
Taika
Taika Waititi.
Thank you. I can't. I'm dyslexic. Okay,
Oh,
so
hard name to pronounce anyway.
it's hard for me. The letters are way too close together.
That girl Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, I don't even
I'm
try.
trying to read her name. It's like, what? That doesn't say fucking Saoirse.
Try names with 4 letters or less.
So Danae said, "Same mythology is life." She said that in the comments. She's watching Danae.
Yeah, mythology is life. I agree. I can talk mythology all day, every day. I got an Egyptian mythology tattoo on me, so and Greek mythology is my favorite.
Okay, wait. Tell the truth. Is it a unicorn?
No.
Just kidding, man. Just kidding. Oh, wait, hold on.
I gotta hide the nipple, but
Oh, nice.
of course.
Where is it?
Yeah, that's badass.
On my left pec. Yeah, left pec.
That is.
This is my first tattoo I ever got.
It's on my left pec. Yeah.
No, Carter.
Yes.
Show everyone the tattoo you have on your balls.
Dude.
That's
Yes. Dude, there's so many
He's
movies.
like, hey, Justin.
Carter,
I have no ink.
you're lying.
I'm serious. I have no ink.
Damn.
I have a huge
I
one.
don't either.
I have a huge one on my ribs. I got these ones on my wrist.
Nice. I got Doritos right here. That's all I got.
Nice.
Is there something about 1972? Is like these fuckers do not want ink on their body.
Maybe so. I don't know.
I have no tattoos, no piercings.
I have no piercings either.
I don't have any extra holes.
I just have tattoos because I like tattoos. That's it. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Interested to see that. Gotta say. Same thing with. I would love to see WandaVision just because I want to see if it's done well or not.
Yeah.
Did you see
That
the
sounds
trailer?
interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. I really want to see just the dynamic because in the comics, it's like a big thing, right? So like, I'm curious to see if they do it.
Yeah.
Loki. I don't know. I kind of feel like
I think
be
that
fun.
could be very good. Yeah.
it could be either really good or I'm kind of over it already. Like
Just move on from
It
Loki
should
be
Marvel.
everything.
Like
you have so many more characters.
Why do we
what
need?
more is there to flesh him out with? Like I just don't think there's a need to keep going with that story when you have potential other stories. Like start setting
Other
fucking
movies.
X-Men up. I want X-Men versus Marvel before I fucking die. Like just make it happen. Like that's all I want in life. I want X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Marvel in the movie, and I want Wolverine, huge jacked man to come out of nowhere with his claws and freaking his little tiny daughter, who's now going to be a teenager, be like, let's go kill people, Pops. And then that's it. Like, that's what I want. I just want that.
You know,
Love you.
love you.
Love me.
Um,
Eternals looks good. I really want to see Eternals.
I'm not sure about that show.
I got this weird
It's a
shark
movie.
hair thing going on.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Shang-Chi, I don't really know anything about Shang-Chi. So,
Me neither.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll go see it. If I hear good things about it, I'll go see it. But otherwise, me.
Well, we've got the tie-in to the 10 Rings and the Mandarin, so
True.
that might be pretty good.
I really want to see the What If show that they're making though on Disney Plus because that looks great. It's like all the like what if super or,
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
What if Captain America died or some shit or never came back from the ice or some shit like that.
Isn't it supposed to? It's supposed to be cartoon, isn't it?
Doesn't matter to me.
Animation will see each episode addressing a different outcome to key MCU events. As for example, the first episode would ask, what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers?
Then she would have super serum tits, I guess.
Well, I don't know if SJW is going to survive the coronavirus, but I mean, that's what I would want.
Oh yeah, so it's like so the answer will feature the voice of Haley Atwell as a super strong Asian Carter, and presumably the voice of Chris Evans as a 98-pound Steve, who becomes the first Iron Man thanks to Howard Stark. Tying the series together will be Jeffrey Wright as Uatu the Watcher and the host of What If, comic book and viewers guide into the strangest of the Marvel series of the streaming service. Which seems cool. Like it seems like a good What If show. Hawkeye, is that a movie or TV series?
It's
It's TV.
Hawkeye will be.
It's a TV series. It looks like.
I believe it's TV.
And it's to train the new Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, which they're probably
Be his daughter.
Yeah, which like for me is like what I thought they were gonna try and do next would be like the Young Avengers. That's what I thought they were building up to with like Tom Holland being so young and like
they were, but everything has been shifted around, and because of this whole coronavirus, that it's kind of screwed everything up.
Yeah,
but.
Captain Marvel 2, don't want to watch. Just saying. Didn't like Captain Marvel 1.
Yeah, I'm not I mean,
honestly, they made such a big deal about Captain Marvel, and then they did not even use her. Like, one bit in that movie. Like, at the ending, and she was not even used. So why does it even matter that she's there? Like, besides the whole, like, sub-story plot of, like, Nick Fury being on, like, a spaceship in the middle of fucking nowhere, and like the freaking alien guys, I forget their goddamn names.
Skrulls.
Thank you. Skrulls are like, copying him and basically taking his job. Like, I mean, I get it because it ties in with like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I feel like. Mm-hmm. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like last season, I haven't seen the last season, but I know it's in space. So I'm like, maybe that's why they were trying to tie it together.
I don't think so, because I think the like either the last season or the season before that, they said that like after the snap, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like went a completely different direction. Like it's multiverse. They're not even the same deal anymore. Mm. So they're not gonna. I don't think that they're gonna actually be tying in to the MCU like they did before.
Mm.
And I think this is the last season, isn't it? I can't remember.
I believe so.
Yeah.
It was good in the beginning, but then it kind of lost me.
I couldn't even get through.
Did you watch the last two seasons?
No.
They were really good. Because they get to that point where they're like they're having fun with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the show's coming to the end, so they're just like, fuck it, we'll just do whatever.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude. It really is. You should check it out. Like from space on, it's fucking dope.
Mm.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I'd watch a third one just because I love Rocket. Just it's like the Rocket and Groot together. I mean, and like I love Dave Bautista. I just think it's hilarious that he's just like, kind of like an idiot. Like I just think it's hilarious. Like he's weird and creepy and funny, and I love the part where he's like, "You can't see me."
It's awesome, yeah.
I just love that part. I just was like, "That's fucking hilarious," and I would just the fact that Dave Bautista said that shit, made me die laughing. Ant-Man 3. Kind of want to say the same thing. I really like the Ant-Man movies. I don't know why. Maybe it's Paul Rudd, and I like Paul Rudd. Like,
I haven't even seen Ant-Man 2 yet.
It's good. Like I like
the first one.
Yeah, like Ant-Man was actually done well. Like I feel like they did a good job, and Paul Rudd is just chef's kiss for that character.
Yeah,
he's just like perfect. And then I want to see how good this shit's gonna be. Blade. Y'all hear about that one?
Yeah.
With Marshall, whatever the fuck his name is, Marshall Ali.
Yeah.
That should be pretty good if it's done right, because he's a great actor.
Yeah.
So if it's done well, which they have so much money that I don't see how they really. I mean, but I'm really hoping they do it real well because, that could open up, more darker storylines. I feel like with Blade and Morbius and all that shit coming up, I feel like they're trying to push for that more darker side of comic book stories.
Oh yeah, they're gonna push for that stuff. We might even see Ghost Rider at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So let's kind of switch gears real quick, and let's kind of talk a little Star Wars. So
Star Wars was dead.
no,
No.
something Star Wars. So we have okay. Ba, 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 ba.
And Dom just brought the whole show to a fucking crashing halt.
Yes, I did.
Let's
Anyway.
talk about Star Wars. And all right.
And scene. So we have some titles. Wait,
I'm just gonna like totally fuck shit up. We're gonna put it in first gear and just burn the rails off of it.
Burn the transmission.
so we have some season 2 titles for The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I have a no caller ID. Who is this? Let's find out real quick. Hold on. Hello.
Hey, I'm trying to join. How do I join? Can you send me it on Hangouts? The invite?
Yeah, I can send you the invite, man. Yeah, let me do that. All right, bye. Okay, hold on. So we're gonna invite somebody.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been so pigeonholed into certain things that had to happen.
Yeah. Because I mean, Yoda might be somewhere, but I mean, it would be just like everybody else hasn't been born yet.
Right.
So
I would love to see.
Oh my God.
Revan, though, because I love Revan. Like Darth Bane. Get all those like baddies from the Old Republic in there, because like you could do it. Like that, the old, like the whatever, the High Republic or the Old Republic, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like that's the time of like a shit that's before like the rule of one. So like we should be seeing. I want fucking like to see like a full forest of like fucking Jedis, like Naruto running through the forest with like lightsabers, like fucking straight up, like just see like a battle. That's all you see. Just
Oh, I want to see him arms back running.
yeah, I want to see fucking Yoda like.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So real quick, I just kind of screwed up over here. So Tim asked me to send him the link through chat on Facebook. So I pulled up my Facebook, forgetting that everybody watching can see my Facebook page, and I sent out a video of girls. I got a video sent to me, then I sent it to y'all of the women showing their titties on National.
Why did I get that? I didn't see it.
On National Titty Day, and I sent it to Tim, and
His kids.
so I pulled up Facebook, and it's screen sharing from Streamlabs into this Google Hangout. So everybody saw my Facebook page. Everybody saw the chat that I sent Tim with the girl with the titties on it. And now I just realized that because it popped up on my other laptop, and I'm looking at it like, oh, God.
Can't you do that without sharing all your fucking porn? I think there's a way you can do that.
Hold on. 16 hours. What does that mean? Somebody just sent me a text saying 16 hours.
Oh shit, we just got like 10 new subscribers.
Did we really?
No.
Okay, so I have found rumors for the Mandalorian episode season 2 episode titles. If you want me to go through them.
Yeah, that's what I was pulling up. That's what I had over here.
Before you flashed the internet.
Oh my God! Everybody's saying, people are in the group chat, or not the group chat, online saying, "Dude, what the fuck? I saw that. My innocent eyes." Yeah.
Wait, what did I miss?
So when I sent you, Tim, hey Tim, happy birthday, by the way, sir.
Thank you.
Happy birthday!
Birthday.
21.
You look it.
Yeah.
So I sent you a video of titties, right? And I sent them the link to your Facebook to your Facebook message, so everybody was able to see my profile because I'm running through a program called Streamlabs OBS, and it's pretty much screen sharing the video call into the system, which goes onto YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so everybody saw the titties in my Facebook page, and yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna.
It's okay. You haven't been banned yet.
This video is definitely getting flagged.
Well, I'm gonna have to go back and.
It's not down as it was.
What?
I just yelled titties.
Oh, nice
Yeah.
Punisher cup, by the way, sir.
What's that?
Nice Punisher cup, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Before we continue with the Mandalorian Season 2 titles, Tim, real quick, let's get your thoughts on, and I'm going back to the very first topic of the day. What is your thoughts on SJW, queer transgender vampires?
What's SJW?
So,
Justice Warriors.
Wait, so what? People that are out... Wait, social justice warriors?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Is that somebody that's like online bitching about people because they weren't labeled the right thing?
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's part of it, anyways.
I don't know. I think everything has gotten so blown out of proportion, and everybody's offended by everything. Like, I don't care if they're transgender vampires. That shit I don't care about. I just get irritated when people are so offended because they weren't labeled right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
agreed. But I came across this movie that's coming out, and it's called BIT, B-I-T, and it's about a transgender female teenager, summer vacation, goes to L.A., and she links up with 4 vampires who are lesbians, and they kill predatory men.
Okay.
And it focuses with the SJW and shit like that. Is that something you would watch to check out, or what?
I'll check it out.
Yeah?
That's an interesting concept. Going after predatorial men.
Yeah. But, okay, Gabe, do you want to read the titles, or do you want me to read the titles? I have them pulled up over here.
I'll read them in my beautiful voice. Oh, just kidding. I'll do it in my normal nasally voice because that's the only one I got. So, Chapter 1, The Search. Chapter 2, The Confrontation. Chapter 3, The Bounty. Chapter 4, The Republic. Chapter 5, The Loyalists. Chapter 6, The Sorcerer. Chapter 7, The Return. And Chapter 8, The Empire.
Okay, so let me start this off. Ahsoka Tana's either going to make an appearance in Chapter 7, The Return, or
Chapter 6, The Sorcerer.
No, I was going to say Chapter 5, The Loyalist.
Wait, are you talking about who's loyal to him? Like, loyalists as in that sense?
I'm thinking the Sorcerer would be more of a tie-in with Ahsoka and how she...
Wait, who?
Ahsoka Tano?
Wait, who's she?
Anakin's Padawan.
From
The Wars, the Twi'lek chick.
What's her name's gonna be?
Yeah, Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shitty casting in my opinion, but that's a different story. But yeah, so I think with the way, like, I feel like they're trying to, how they're expanding the Star Wars, I think they're trying to, like, make the Force bigger, you know what I mean? Because they're, like, adding more Force powers, and more Force things, like Force projections that Luke does, or, you know, like, time travel shit, like, you know, and all that shit. Like, I think they're trying to build it up to more. And, like, the Sorcerer reminds me of Darth Maul, because if y'all remember, Darth Maul's mom is, like, a witch, and she does, like, witchy type shit with the Force. So it might be a character like that, maybe. I don't know.
When did they do time travel?
In Rebels.
Okay, so I never watched Rebels. I know that, like, they're expanding the Force power when, you know, Rey and Kylo were able to hold something and then, like, teleport it, which I thought that was a pretty interesting concept.
Force
And
Skyping.
then, what is it?
Force Skyping.
And then and with Rey and the child being able to heal, but that was already referenced when Anakin, right before Anakin turned, he said one day he'll have the ability to heal people and keep them from dying. So they already made a reference that power actually is in existence.
They did a little bit of it in A New Hope when Obi-Wan finds Luke, and he kind of scans. He's either scanning him or he's healing him because he puts his hand on his forehead.
Yeah,
like checking him out. But like, it's always been my understanding that the further that you study the Force, the more things that you find, and like certain people have certain natural abilities and are able to unlock different facets of the Force, like with Qui-Gon basically inventing Force ghosts.
Yeah, but that's because he's a great Jedi, which is like my whole thing. It's like, in order to be a balanced and get the most out of the Force, you have to be able to tap into that dark side and the light side, which is how I think, or at least how I wanted to, and how I picture the ending to the last movie is like the fact that she's a Skywalker. I really hated that, but still, like, I feel like they were setting it up so that she would be a great Jedi because there's no order anymore. The last Jedi died being Luke Skywalker. I wouldn't consider her a Jedi just because she has a lightsaber. Anyone can have a lightsaber. Finn used a lightsaber. Does that make him a Jedi? No. So
no, but Finn is Force sensitive.
He is Force sensitive, but doesn't make him a Jedi.
Carter, Oh, sorry, Andy.
He didn't become a Jedi until after he cut off his dad's hand. So
that is true. Carter, what's your thoughts with everything, man?
Specifically, which topic?
Well, the whole. I don't even know what topic we're on anymore. The titles, the Star Wars isms that we got going on.
Well, I mean, they don't. The titles don't really give a whole lot away yet. Not till we kind of figure out what direction this season's going to be. It's still kind of a all speculative type deal. So,
what title to you, Carter, gives you, or like you would want to see the most, or gives
the sorcerer or whatever?
Yeah, me too. I'm just like, okay, that's interesting. What do they do there?
Come on, coming up? No? Okay.
So yeah, I hope this series is on time. I don't want to be pushed back till next year.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard any news about that or not, but
do you have to go out?
I'm hoping it's still on target for this fall.
What if I think this might get like expensive, but like what if James Cameron comes up with some kind of new way to shoot where everybody's at a different studio somewhere?
I think they do that already.
I don't know. I know.
Well, normally they have first unit and second unit, and first and second unit normally.
Yeah, but they shoot different stuff. What I'm saying is like, okay, he's shooting the new Avatar movie, so he's got what's his name in the studio in California. He's got Zoe in the studio in Florida, and he's got somebody else in a studio in Canada, and they're all shooting the same scene at the same time, but they're in different locations.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work.
Dude, don't you no. James Cameron will invent that shit, and they'll be like, yeah, fuck Dom.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing why it won't work. Okay, you ready?
Go for it.
You need to have, in order to get the best performances out of your actors, right? You need to have interaction, and you need to have them to bounce off each other. Number one. Number two.
They could be wearing VR headsets.
No.
Look, okay, wait. Before you do, I already know what you're going to say, but you could also say the same thing about green screen and digital bullshit, because it's like you're not going to get the same reaction out of somebody reacting to a tennis ball as they did. And then fucking Avatar came out and it blew the shit out of the fucking water.
But okay, right? So here's the best example of it. They
will be interacting in real time with each other, but in different locations.
Okay,
It's like
all right.
VR.
Okay,
Wearing
ready?
VR heads because it's all at least for the special effects shots when they're Navi or whatever the fuck they are.
No.
The Stephen Amell.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Like that scene was so off. If you watch it when Arrow dies, it's so off, and you can tell that they're not lining up. They're not making eye contact. You need to have stage direction, and you need to have your actors there. That's like
what are you talking about? He wasn't looking at anybody. He was looking up into the sky.
Right, but also there were scenes when he filmed and it was just him on set, and then everybody else was composited in later. So,
yeah, James Cameron wasn't shooting it, dude. That's what I'm telling you.
No,
James Cameron
it doesn't matter if you're James Cameron, Spielberg, or fucking Walt Disney. When you make a film, you need to have all your elements there, or it's not going to.
They said the same thing about green screen. They said the same thing about digital image. It's like we can't react to this giant ship coming in if there's no giant ship coming in.
Okay,
it's the same thing, dude.
Think
I
about
think more passion when you have somebody in front of you. Look at WWE right now with their empty arenas. It's not the same. You can tell a difference.
Yeah, but that's the audience being part
of the interaction.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, the guys are still putting it out there, but just you're not getting the audience bounce back.
Okay, all right.
It's obviously a key factor in the show. Okay, they're like the third man in the ring or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Chris, Andy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, bitch.
Sorry. All right. Here's an example, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
talking completely theoretical. James Cameron's going to invent the shit, but it's not like they're going to be shooting the shit at different times. They'll be shooting at the same time and like wearing fucking VR headsets because they'll be able to see that person and react to that person and do that. Just like when he first started doing Avatar, and he could, they had this stage set up, but it's all green screen. But he could pull that camera up, and you could see the forest and shit while he's shooting and while he's checking it out. It's the same fucking thing.
Right. Yes, theoretically, sure. But in order to... The five of us here in this video chat are making a film, right? We're all in different locations. Tim can't be here shooting, so he's filming in Philadelphia, right?
Right.
Gabe's down in Houston. You're home. Carter, he's down at his ranch.
Right.
In order for all of us to line up in a shot, we need a clean slate. Do you know what that means? A clean slate?
No.
Okay. Spider-Man, right? Oh, shit, I just went blurry. Oh, my God. Okay, there we go. Spider-Man, for example, right?
Okay.
He's going to be animated in the scene with us. But in order for all of us to be composited into that scene and for Spider-Man to be animated, there needs to be a clean slate. So they need to film from beginning to end, right? That scene with nobody on set. Then they need to, one by one, digitally add us up into that scene. But in order to do that, the room has to be the exact same size of the set that we're filming on. There needs to be coordinates on the floor of this far up versus this side over to the left or to the right of axis on the ground. So if we're filming in different locations, we need to hit those locations or those markers. And then they need to go in and make sure if we hit those lines and those markers, they can go in and digitally add a reference, which would be Spider-Man in each scene. This would be our reference. So they can measure the size of him and make sure we're interacting correctly with him, if that makes sense. So
Have you heard mocap, motherfucker?
Okay, but are you making an all CGI movie? Because if you're making an all CGI movie, then yes, this would absolutely work 100 and 1,000%. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like live shit. I'm talking about like James Cameron wants to fucking film, and he's like, okay, we can do all the Navi shit or Navi or whatever the fuck that's out in fucking space on a planet that that's not real, and we can do it right here, right now, in 5 different spots at the same time.
Okay, so you're gonna.
All they have to do is build the same set and put the same markers in the same places.
So you're gonna Red Dead Redemption 2 the fuck out of your movie, right? So Red Dead Redemption 2 filmed or mocapped, I should say, in Montreal, LA, and in Australia. They had 3 different locations because at different times over the years the actors were in different locations. So,
right.
Yes, theoretically you can do that, absolutely, but do you know how much time that would cost and how much money that would cost the studio?
I said at the beginning it would be expensive as fuck. I never didn't say that. I'm just telling you. James Cameron will fucking, if he gets pissed off enough, he's gonna fucking do it.
James Cameron is currently pissed off because he can't even get his fucking Avatar movies out, and by the time Avatar is out, nobody's gonna go see it. I mean, come on, Avatar was what, 2009? Was that the first one? Gabe, maybe you can check me on that. Or whoever pulls it up first. But
Sam Raimi, Spider-Man,
No.
2002.
no.
2009.
What was it?
You're right, 2009.
I was right.
For
2009.
which one? Spider-Man
Avatar.
2? Oh, Avatar. I thought we were talking about Spider-Man.
No. Avatar. Okay, so I was right. 2009. Yeah. So
2009.
yeah. So it hasn't been
Confirmed.
out from 2009. When was the last? Okay, Tim. When was the last time you sat down and watched Avatar?
Probably right after it came out, and then I barely even finished it.
There you go.
Yeah. I think I've watched it once.
You
That's
saw
it.
it once. Carter, how about you?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. Andy, how about you?
Didn't see it in theaters. I don't know. It came on a few times, like on cable or whatever, and I would watch it. But I don't remember when I watched the whole movie through,
So
like rented or whatever.
we have the movie on Blu-ray, right? And we went to go watch. I watched the movie the other night. I would say maybe a month ago. That movie does not hold up at all. Those special effects do not, especially in 4K.
You hate James Cameron, don't you?
What?
You hate James Cameron, don't you?
No, I'm actually I'm a huge James Cameron fan. I mean, the first Terminator movie was fantastic.
Terminator 2, those graphics actually hold up pretty well.
Yeah, Terminator 2 is definitely one of the greatest films out there, especially with graphics, like you said, Tim. But it's you do too much, the movie it doesn't age well. You do too little. Jurassic Park, the first one, that movie looks amazing today, still, because
They kept it simple.
What?
They kept it relatively simple.
Right. They used
Mostly practical effects, right?
yeah. It was puppeteering and practical effects mixed in with CGI. Jaws.
Practical effects holds up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I mean,
Did somebody say Jaws?
yeah, I started
Say
to,
Jaws.
but then I stopped.
Jaws wasn't
Anybody
even.
seen? Go ahead, Carter.
Jaws wasn't even up to date when they came out. I mean, people knew it was a fake shark.
Yeah, I would if they were. Do you think it could work? And we'll start with Tim, and we'll go down the line. If Spielberg was like, okay, fuckers, we're going to George Lucas the shit out of Jaws.
Okay, before you do that, has anybody seen the Robot Chicken deal where they did that?
They did that on Robot Chicken?
No, I haven't.
Yes, it's fucking hilarious.
Really?
He's like they digitally, it's Robot Chicken, but they digitally insert the shark into a bunch of scenes, and then the town meeting where they're like, they're deciding the fate of the shark or whatever. The shark is in disguise in the back of the room going, "Hey, I think we should leave him alone." And at the end, when he shoots him with the tank and the gun, it does the spiral explosion that they put on the Death Star at the end of Star Wars.
Oh God.
It's fucking hilarious, dude.
Do you think if they went back and digitally covered Jaws, do you think it will stand out too much, or do you think it could it could work?
Yeah, it'd be just like Jabba the Hutt being digitally re-engineered back into episode 4. Yeah, it didn't look right, and Jaws was great because it was a fake shark and because of how they did that. I think it would ruin it by putting in the digital effects.
Yeah, sort of like the 20th anniversary of E.T. when they took out the guns and stuff and replaced them with walkie-talkies.
Are you serious? They did that?
Yeah, you haven't seen
that? No, I haven't seen. I didn't watch that edition.
Yeah, when 2002 they re-released E.T. For the 20th anniversary. They took out some of that stuff and it looked weird.
Oh my God!
Hey,
and the whole reason that Jaws was as good as it was is because the practical shark didn't work. So they're like, okay, look, we can't use the shark as much as we want, and then it kind of became like this thriller because you never saw the shark. We're like dun 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 dun, and that's what made Jaws work pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take her back out because she's kind of begging at me to go outside. Gabe,
I'm gonna have to drop out for a night, man.
Oh, you're heading out, Carter?
Yeah, I got to put the kids to bed.
Kids go to bed. There you go. You can stay. No, just kidding. Okay, man. Hey, it was nice talking to you, Carter. And
you too, man. I'll see y'all later, guys.
We'll see you soon.
Buddy. Later, Carter.
Gabe, you pulled up a bunch of stuff. I know the big thing that we were talking about was the DCEU with Harley Quinn and everything like that. Why don't you start that conversation and gear us up for that? I'm going to take the dog out real quick, so I'm going to hand it over to you, and you run with it. So.
Hey there, you cool cats and kittens. That would get Dom to laugh before he left.
What the hell? Wait, is that a Terminator? Hold on, real quick. Tim, where'd you get that?
My friend Happy Meal.
Damn, that's badass. That is so cool.
Yeah, I had it in my gym in the basement.
Does it light up?
No, it's just cardboard, but it's pretty old.
That is badass. That's cool having that in the background with the lights on.
I know, it doesn't look like it's cardboard when the lights are off. It just looks like there's like a hunk of metal behind you. I was like, oh shit, he's got like a full-on like life-size fucking Terminator.
I might put it in the windows just to fuck with people in the morning.
Right? You should like cut out the eyes and then just like have two like Christmas lights that are red that just flicker.
All right, man. Go ahead and take it away, and then I'll be right back.
All right. So we were talking about before the stream started about how what the plans are for the DC streaming service and how we feel as though it's going to just inevitably become a part or subdivision of HBO Max since they're both properties owned by AT&T. It doesn't necessarily make sense for them to have two streaming services. I mean, I guess they could, but it doesn't seem to be enticing people as much as their other services that they're currently offering. For example, first of all, their pricing is it's on the higher side comparison to Hulu, Netflix, Disney. The DC Universe platform, it's $7.99 a month, with it being a $75 a year rate or fee or whatever, versus Disney's $6.99 a month and $69.99 a year, and Netflix's $8.99 a month for the basic plan, and Hulu's $5.99 a month. So we were doing the research, and we saw that there was a lot of shows that are DC shows or DC movies that are on other streaming services. We actually found out that the Netflix, CW and Netflix cut their ties, so all the CW shows are no longer going to be on Netflix once their contract's up, which offers the possibility of moving those DC shows like Supergirl and Flash and all that to just one service, DC, universe or whatever the hell it's called. First of all, I think that name is terrible. They really need to change it because there's DC Universe, there's DC Universe Online, which is the game, the fucking online PC game. There's the DCEU. There's just too much. Come up with something better, not DC Universe. Literally, just even typing DC Universe into Google is a shit show. Because it doesn't know if you're talking about the comic book universe or the platform itself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, as far as pricing goes, do you have Netflix?
I have Netflix and Hulu. So for me, it makes no sense.
It's not on the base plan because the base plan isn't in HD, is it? It's just
no.
It's one deal and SD. Because I'm on the next one, and it's like $14 if you want it in HD. Now you get like 2 screens or whatever. But, it's for me, it's the most expensive one because I'm not going to watch anything in fucking SD if I can avoid it.
I think I've had Netflix since like the start of it. So I think mine's like grandfathered in premium.
Yeah.
But I've only paid the basic rate. So for me, it's cheap.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's $15.99 for the premium plan if you want HD, Ultra HD. If you just want regular HD, it's $12.99, which makes Netflix the most expensive one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Except for HBO Max, because HBO Max is going to be a $15 a month rate. However, they're saying it's going to be free if you have HBO already with your cable provider. How that's going to work, we don't know.
That's before, or I guess when Netflix was first ramping up, and the whole it wasn't streaming yet, but it was watching on devices. They came up with what was it called?
Dom said that's why he only has Vudu. Which is another streaming
because you're paying for cable. You're paying for USA, you're paying for TNT, you're paying for Sci-Fi, you're paying for, if you have HBO, you're paying for HBO, Showtime, blah, blah, blah. So with your cable provider login, you can go and download all the apps. Mm-hmm. Download TNT app, USA app, Sci-Fi app, HBO, Showtime, blah, blah, blah. Log in with your cable provider and you can watch everything that they provide because you're paying for USA, TNT, blah, blah, blah with your cable subscription. Now, this was before streaming got real big. And this is my solution to cutting the cord. If the cable companies go away with actual cable television and offer the same price or the same content at a lower price, they would have more people sticking with them. Mm-hmm. Because now it would be a little more involved because you would have to have all these fucking apps on whatever system that you're watching television on. And like if you wanted to watch FX or whatever, you'd have to get out of whatever app you're in now, click over to FX, and then of course you'd already be signed in. But I know like sometimes like you go on and it's automatically signed you out and you got to fucking sign back in again. Mm-hmm. But they've got so many streaming services out there. It's not really viable now.
I mean, especially when you have the option of, premium Hulu with live TV, you're getting 60 plus channels of live TV, and these are big channels. It's not like, you're just getting you're getting your CBS, you're getting your Food Network, you're getting your, and you can it's even like, to me, it would make more sense for me just to fucking say, YOLO, fuck it. I'm just going to get Hulu Plus and not get cable, because even then it's still cheaper than cable. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and they're still off, and they offer, it's what, $55 per month right here for just the basic live plan.
Uh-huh.
That includes, let me see if I can pull it up.
And actually, Hulu is starting to become way more inclusive. Like FX now coming on. Like used to, you could watch like day after Modern Family and whatever else was on Hulu to begin with. They're doing that. Like FX has been included in that. So like when the new FX series comes out, like you didn't have to wait for it to come out on Netflix after the season is already aired. Like you can watch American Horror Story 1984, which is the last season or the most recent season, and like right now, and a bunch of other stuff. So FX has jumped on the Hulu wagon, and like Hulu like providing a lot more shit to watch. And that's just the basic. That's not even the live.
Yeah, and my thing with it too is, the fact that they give you the option with the live TV. Exactly. Like for me, I don't even watch TV. I just watch Hulu. The shows that I watch like religiously, I'll watch on the channel. So like Flash and all that shit, I'll go on CWTV and watch it the next day.
Right.
I don't have to see it the day. 90% of the time, I'm not going to see it the day that it comes out.
Oh yeah.
And Hulu is pretty good with that. They give you usually around 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Like it's already on there, and you can watch it. Because I'm a night owl, and I don't go to bed until like 3 or 4. And I've watched these shows like literally 5 hours after they premiered on TV. So I found it. So Hulu will give you DVR, which is, you're already getting DVR, which a lot of providers nowadays don't even want to give you that. And you're going to get A&E, ABC, Adult Swim, AMC, Animal Planet, BBC America, Bravo, CBS, Cinemax, CMT, Comedy Central, Cooking Channel, Discovery, E! Entertainment, Epix Originals, Food Network, Fox, Freeform, Fuse, FX, FXX, HBO is on HGTV, History Channel. Like it just keeps going. MTV, Nat Geo, NBC, Sci-Fi, TBS, Telemundo, TLC, TNT, USA, VH1. Like we're talking like big channels, and then that's not even including your Cartoon Network, your Disney Channel, your Disney XD, your Nickelodeon, and then your Fox News and all that shit. Like you're getting a lot for that $55 a month. Like that's not bad.
No.
Real quick, not to cut you off and slow things down. Somebody sent me a text message saying, "Good God, you have the hot bald guy with the beer back on." I'm wet in my panties right now. Tell him to take his shirt off.
Take it off. Take it off. See them nipples.
Nipples get banned. Nipples get us banned.
I love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you get up to 50 hours of storage for live TV. It's not bad at all. Like,
oh, what I was gonna say is that with that plan that I came up with to save the cable companies, they wouldn't have to pay for the bandwidth that they need to broadcast the stuff. Like if let's say Time Warner or Spectrum or whatever the hell it is, one of the cable companies decides to go completely digital, like no over the cable, no cable TV.
yeah.
It would all be just straight internet bandwidth, and allow them access to these channels through the apps. And that would also free up a lot of the your internet bandwidth, and we'd get a lot more speeds too. Because a lot of that is, a lot of the fees and all the other crap that we get stuck with paying for in cable bills is basically rebroadcast fees. Because what they do is they take the signal from FX, USA, whoever, all the Turner networks, all the FX all the Fox networks. they bring them in. That's why when you go to the cable to pay your cable bill, there's huge satellites in the backyard because they get that signal, then they rebroadcast it over the cable lines. So they're just basically, you know, they're renting out our shit as they're renting it from somebody else.
Yeah.
And if they stop doing that, then the fees would go away, basically. A lot of the fees. And that's where they get you, you know. It's like, yeah, you know, you can get this for $45 a month. And then it's like when you get the bill, it's like, no, what the fuck is this? There's like 10 fees on here, and I got to pay like $150 for fucking cable and shit. But it wouldn't work today because streaming is all inclusive, and you can just go to one app and watch everything that you want. But
I prefer the internet.
What did you say, Tim?
I was gonna say, then the internet providers know that they can take you for what they want because you rely on them to be able to stream everything.
Yeah. That's they'll try to get you on that end too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Comcast runs your TV and your internet. You fucked.
There's a company out here that I keep seeing on like all the Facebook message boards that they're just getting fucking bent over with this company. This company, it's real shitty, but they can't get Comcast and Fios over there, so they have to deal with it.
It's like Philly, where like in Philly, like it's Comcast is like the best. I mean,
I thought Verizon was better.
I like Verizon better too.
Fios was good, but they didn't make money. And if you look, you don't really get much Fios anymore, other than where the lines already are established.
Mm-hmm.
They lost a lot of money with that program, but it was good. But they kept raising the rates, and I went back to Comcast, which I swore I'd never do, and I re-upped with Comcast again because they kept their word. They kept the rates really low.
Yeah. I mean, I know for, like, I like Fios, but down here it's just better just to get Comcast, I feel like.
Wait, we have Comcast in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Then why the hell do I have Dish? Because I wanted Verizon, and we don't have Verizon's not offered. And I don't think Comcast is offered in Dallas either as well.
If you go on their website and put in your zip code, it should tell you if it's available there.
Mm-hmm. It's here. It's available in Houston. So that's what I have.
Huh.
Comcast cable, or is it Dish?
I have Xfinity, and I have TV. That's Comcast too.
But is it like cable, or is it like you have a satellite dish?
It's cable.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think all we've got here is Grande and Spectrum.
Spectrum.
I like
Spectrum sucks.
Yeah, I like to call them Speculum. I don't guess anybody got that.
They're pretty trash.
Yeah. They were trash when they were Time Warner, man.
They've always been trash as far as I'm concerned. It's still called Time Warner in some places, which is the best part. That's how you know it's bad.
Oh, man.
The technology hasn't gotten to those new places.
Yeah. I think my nephew, he had Time Warner, right? And, of course, they switched over to Spectrum. They changed the name or whatever. He called them about their bill. Even though it says Spectrum on the bill, he's like, oh, yeah, you got to call Time Warner about that. We're Spectrum. And it's like, no, you're fucking Time Warner. You bought the motherfuckers, or you changed your name. Yeah, I'm not calling Time Warner for shit because there is no Time Warner.
Yeah. I like Xfinity, but sorry.
No, that's fine. I don't know. Oh, sorry, Tim. I thought you had something to say.
Oh, no. You're good.
Oh, yeah, Tim made a face, so I stopped. I was like, oh.
Oh, no, I was looking at my phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like it. I mean, my favorite was Fios in Philly because Fios was fantastic, but never had a problem with Fios. But Xfinity, it's not bad, but, it just goes down. In my area, it's like they're building new houses and shit in my area. Like, it's a development area, so like it goes down every now and then because like the fucking guys building houses will like fuck with something or knock something and it just fucking shuts off for like half the day. And I'm like, I go to online school, motherfuckers. I
was taking the test.
I was talking to a guy who works for Comcast, and he was telling me about some of the stuff that they're trying to develop now. And they're trying to make their own, basically, Alexa app. I was waiting for mine to go off. Or a device where you would put it in one central location, and you would talk to it, and it would change the channel. Like, you know how when you're remote, you have to hit the button, the microphone button. But at this, you wouldn't have to. You would just speak. You would address it however it's supposed to be addressed and tell it. And it would do all the same stuff that, you know, the Echo does. And I said, well, how much extra is that? He's like, no, that's free. He's like, we wouldn't charge anything extra for that.
Yeah, it's just an incentive.
Yeah.
And it'd probably make people want to change because they'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Tim's calculating the perfect time to take off his shirt. He's
wait until the quarantine's over.
Nipple 30.
I mean, do good for the quarantine.
50 boys, let's get it.
All I can do is pose, but yeah, nah.
For charity.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. Our views just went up by 30%.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's a charity stream.
Yeah.
We'll flash a nipple.
Just one. Yeah. You got to pay for the second one. The first one's free.
Hey, Tim, so you weren't on the one episode where we talked about Ezra Miller choking a chick out. Have you seen that yet?
I heard about it.
Yeah.
You have the video? Is there a video? Because that'd be hilarious.
I have the video.
There's a video.
I have the video.
There's always a video now.
I don't see like him choking someone, but it's
to me it looks very I can't. It almost looks almost staged because he like chokes her and then he brings her down. But I mean, you know, a dude like Tim will take somebody, and like me, I could just fall on somebody. But if you're going to take somebody down, you're going to go wham. It kind of looks like he brings him over and then lets him down gently.
I know it doesn't really like. I'm watching it right now.
Yeah,
I was
like
just about to pull it up.
Calm the whole time, and she's like laughing about it the whole time.
yeah, because she comes up to him like this or something, and he's like, "Oh, you want to fight? You want to fight?" And then he's like, "Er."
The problem
and then he doesn't even choke her. He like kind of just grabs her like right here.
And you know they're in
Like
friggin'
when I'm thinking choking, you're like
yeah. And
he like grabs her like here.
she's well dressed because it's like Reykjavik or something in Iceland, and like she's got this huge collar. It kind of looks like he just kind of grabs her by the collar because the collar comes all the way up. So it's like, but that's just me. That's what I think.
I like how TMC says a pierced choke slam woman.
What did you say, Tim?
the fact that he put his hands on her, right there, he's done. He just jeopardized his entire career.
Well, here's the thing.
Not.
WB has come out and said, you know, that no legal action has been taken against Ezra Miller, and there's been no plans to remove him as the Flash as of right now. So,
and it's like a 5 or 10 second clip. I mean, there's no context to it. You don't see, as soon as he's kind of bringing her down, she almost doesn't get to the ground where somebody's like, hey dude, and then the clip just cuts off. You don't see what happens before, you don't see what happens after, you don't know if it's a playful thing, you don't.
Well, he went on record and said that he was drunk and he had people keep coming up to him.
Yeah.
Like, repeatedly. So he should have waited before making any type of statement.
Oh yeah.
But he already shot himself in the foot. I mean, whether or not he gets any projects in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says here it's like it's unclear what led to the altercation or if the woman suffered any injuries. Sources at the bar tell us police were not called.
But I mean, that's like, celebrity's overblown because these are people. They're not fucking gods. They're not better than you or me. They're just like us, So, if we went out and got into an altercation at a bar, we're not going to make the fucking nightly news. The only reason that this made the fucking news is because he's fucking famous and he's in a big time movie, If he wasn't a big time actor or anything, then this shit wouldn't have made a difference one way or the other.
I feel like they're just trying to. It kind of seems staged in a sense, like the
way that it plays out. Yeah,
it's like 7 seconds, and like she's like not coming up to him like like you want to fight. Like she's like, oh, you want to fight?
Like this.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you want to fight?
Yeah.
I mean, if he was drunk,
yeah, and he was mad that people kept coming up to him.
I would probably do the same shit to her. I'd be like, get the fuck out of my face. But I wouldn't grab her, but I'd just be like,
face through her.
There's that tone that you what? Do what?
You should have just phased through her.
Oh. There's that tone you get when you're fucking pissed off. That everybody knows. It's like, oh, he's fucking serious right now. You know what I'm saying? And that I didn't hear that tone. Now maybe he doesn't have that tone. I don't know. But most people, when you get that tone, you're like, oh, this is fixing to turn real ugly real fast.
Plus, you don't know what happened prior to that.
Yeah.
You don't know if he told them stop bothering me.
Yeah.
So there's a lot there that.
Yeah. Now even at that point. If he intentionally tried to throw her to the ground, that is a little too far.
Definitely. He should have.
It looked like there was something there. You know what I mean? It didn't look like he was throwing her to the ground. It looked like he was like, oh, you want to fight? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he just like put her on the ground. Like it doesn't, because again, he grabs her by here. Like that's not choking.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in a sense it is choking, but still, like, I wouldn't consider that choking. Like, I'm thinking, like, choking, I was like, oh, he straight up choked that bitch out. Like, and then I, like, just watched the video, and it's him just like, oh, you want to fight? Okay.
Does Wayne Brady have to smack a bitch?
Does he? I don't know. But to me, it doesn't seem like there's, like, that much of malintent from it.
Right.
Personally.
He should have just kept his pimp hand strong.
Damn.
You always keep your pimp hand strong, dude.
That was a badass shirt, not gonna lie. The shirt was pretty badass. Hey, Tim, is it true you have a Prince Albert?
No.
Oh.
Haven't you already asked him about that?
I don't think so.
My cousin has one, and I've talked to him about it, and I was like, why?
No, that's my tongue.
Oh yeah, just your tongue. That's it.
I don't know, man. I'm the opposite. I like tattoos. I don't know if I could get piercings though. I have no piercings on me. I can get all the tattoos. I'll get all the tattoos, but piercings, I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. Maybe I'm a bitch.
Right, I got plenty of tattoos too, so.
Yeah, I got my whole ribs done, so I guess that doesn't make me too much of a bitch, but.
Dude, they hurt.
They hurt. 6 hours. It was not a
I
good
fallen asleep getting my back tattooed, but the ribs, no, I couldn't, man. It hurts fucking bad.
Right there.
It's not a good time, and if you can tell, I'm skinny, so this shit was not pleasant whatsoever. This shit hurt.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. It's not a good time. It's not a good time.
You know, I
love it now. It's great. It's like my favorite piece I have, but
you know, I thought I was gonna. So this was gonna be the cutoff, right, of my tattoos, and I was gonna get from here up done. So
you're just gonna keep going with Doritos. You're gonna do like the other Doritos flavors.
Yeah, I was gonna get like a nacho bowl with salsa and shit.
Just get some guac. You're just making like a full chips and salsa sleeve.
Yeah, but I don't know why I've never gone and finished it. No, I want to get it covered up with something, or redone and look a lot better because it looks like shit. But
I want to be covered. I want my arms done, but I have twig arms.
Yeah.
And I would rather wait to see if in the next 10 years I start gaining weight miraculously. I've tried to gain weight every method there is besides putting steroids in my ass. So,
okay, so I don't recommend this, and this is what happened to me. This is why I'm fat, because I was skinny like you.
I've been told to get T shots, and I'm like,
no. Don't do that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do that. I was like, I'm good.
Dom's on steroids.
No. The reason why I got chunky was because I wanted to start working out and putting muscle on, right? And I love food so much. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to shock my body. So I would eat like fast food, McDonald's, Burger King. It's not the healthiest thing, but like for 3 meals a day just to put weight on. And of course I got stretch marks and shit like that, and my body just went. So, and now I'm trying to work it off. But Tim, I see you making a face. What?
Yeah, that was a bad choice. All that stuff.
Yeah.
I
You
know.
should eat like straight meat, protein.
Yeah. I used to just consume like
But look at Tim. He's like, you all are wrong.
calories, like 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day, and like I just have a stupid metabolism of what like actual food, like not like fast food, like real food, like chicken,
What about,
like broccoli, like actual food, like steak and shit.
But what about protein shakes?
Yeah, I have some right here with me too. I have some. I used to do. I am lactose intolerant, which is the worst part because people tell me I should just drink fucking milk. So I can't do whey. I got to do beef protein. So I use carnivore.
I've had that before. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. And then this is what I have here, which is animal-based protein too, and it's just a MRE, just like a meal replacement. But I don't use it as meal replacement. I just use it as a supplement that I just drink every day. You know.
But are you keeping up with it and drinking it every day?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's not. No protein shake tastes good in my opinion. Like at all.
What about like they make stuff that's called Weight Gainer? Have you looked into that?
Yeah, I did nothing.
Nothing.
Trust, dude. The heaviest I've ever been was I think like 140, 145.
Why
And that was when I was like working out like all the time and like drinking that shit all the time.
Why don't you start lifting?
Steroids? Hello. Shout out to, like I will show you a picture of when I like used like full workout. I only box now.
Well, if that's going to burn off all the calories, all the cardio and everything of boxing.
But it gets my stress out. So,
but try lifting.
So does masturbation.
I do lift. Well, I haven't lifted in a while.
What'd you say, Tim?
I said that's what I was trying to do when you texted me.
I used to be able to like when I was like regularly working out and shit. Like I would do deadlifts and like squats and shit, and I was doing like double my weight. The only thing I couldn't do was like benching because my chest is tiny. I just want bigger arms and a bigger chest because my legs are like a decent size. So.
I just want a bigger dick.
That I'm good with there.
We all do.
So this is me being gay. Don't judge, but it's just the fittest I've ever been. Like I was cut.
Yeah, you were.
And now I'm not like that anymore.
I had a friend in high school that had a stupid fast metabolism.
It's the worst. It's like, like people think it's like such a good thing, but like I don't know. Like I hate saying it's a bad thing, but like I hate being a tall, skinny motherfucker.
Yeah, he was tall and skinny.
Girls love tall guys, but they don't like tall, skinny guys.
So what was that pic you were showing up, Tim?
This morning when I was working out,
Oh,
I made like a whole birthday workout for myself, and I whipped my own ass with it.
Nice.
But this one time we were all partying, And
Oh,
the
so
dude with the high metabolism,
where's
he
Rosie?
was fucking drunk. Okay, he was drunk. He wasn't buzzed. He was drunk. And within like 30, 45 minutes, he was fucking cold sober because of his fucking metabolism. He just burned it all off.
When I drink, I'm always the sober one at the end of the night.
Yeah, because your metabolism just burns it off. Yeah.
And the first time I went out with my my coworkers, it was hilarious because they were shit faced at the end of the night, and they were like, "How are you okay?" And I was like, "You are lightweights."
The tall skinny fucker that outdrank all of y'all's ass.
I was like, I drank more than you guys, and I'm the only one that can drive right now.
How often are you doing your boxing?
What happened?
How often are you doing your boxing?
I do it every other day.
Put weightlifting in the other days that you're not boxing.
Yeah, I need to get some. I want to get some like racks and shit because I don't have any weights at home except for like a 30-pound dumbbell or some shit.
Yeah.
Like a 30-pound dumbbell. Like what the fuck's that gonna do for me? So I need to get like some more weights. I really want to get like a bar so I can like get some actual weights.
Keep looking on Facebook Marketplace. After the COVID's over, and people stop trying to gouge everybody,
and people start getting divorced.
Yeah. But like, here's my basement. I don't know if that comes up well.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So
I want to rant.
Okay. Real quick, Jesus sees you fapping. Says, where's Rosie?
That's my dog.
Oh, okay. And then Gabe should use steroids. Shout out to steroids. All right, Andy, go ahead. Start your rant, dude.
Okay. In the
Year 2000.
the Ronaverse, of course, y'all can see my fucking webcam sucks because my laptop is old as fuck. So when Uncle Donnie was when I was expecting my Trump bucks, I was like, all right, we're going to have to do this shit from home. So I'm going to buy me a fucking webcam, right? No, they're all fucking sold out. And my thing is, all right, everybody's got a fucking camera. If you've got any kind of device in your house, there's a fucking camera in it. So the only thing that I can think of is all the fucking boomers that don't know that there's a camera right there in their fucking computer. And they bought all the fucking webcams. And now I have to look like shit. I look blue and fucking pixelated because fucking boomers bought the
Okay, time out. I agree with you 110%. But remember when we first started doing the show and we used my camera on my laptop? Remember how shitty that was? I mean, we looked like we were fucking 8-bit.
Than that. I mean, I fucking look blue. I'm a goddamn Smurf. I'm a fuzzy fucking Smurf.
Well, maybe on you don't look blue to me.
But I'm a fuzzy fat Smurf. But that's the only thing that I can think of. Now, of course, people are going to buy webcams because they've got shit to do. But, all the fucking millennials and all those, they're going to use their fucking phone. Or they're going to use their fucking tablets or whatever the fuck they have. Or they have newer fucking computers. And so this is the only thing that I can figure. And of course, China's fucking shut down, so they're not making any more fucking webcams. I'm like, what the fuck? I've got money to buy it, and I ain't paying $200 for a $70 fucking webcam. You got me fucked up. I'm not even paying $100 for a $70 webcam.
Tim, are you using a webcam or no?
I'm just using my laptop.
What type of laptop do you have?
Shit, I don't know.
My shit is old. Mine is a fucking HP Pavilion some fucking thing.
Hey, that's what I'm using, an HP Pavilion.
I mean, my shit is old.
What is it?
Adele.
Gotcha.
Hold on. I don't
Are
even
you trying
know.
to show us your dick right now, Andy? What are you doing?
Did I? Uh-oh. I'm trying to see what computer.
What?
Lower. Hold on. Let me lift the fat up.
This is my kickboxing. I don't know if it's gonna show. I'm trying to get my kicks better. Fucking fucked up on the last kick, I think, in this video.
Please tell me you kicked the car.
No, that's not that one. But in one of the other videos that I was recording of myself kickboxing, I fucking slammed my fucking leg into the metal in the back because I slipped when I jumped.
Oh,
And I fucking burst a fucking blood vessel in between my toe and my pinky. So it's just fucking purple, all in the whole fucking pinky and big ass thumb.
I gotta learn from your mistakes because I just got one a week ago.
Nice.
Maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, be careful with that big ass metal pole. You don't kick it.
Yeah.
hey,
Shit fucking hurts. I was like, fuck.
how have you got that secured? Have you got it weighted down or bolted down or?
Mine or his?
Yours, Gabe.
Mine is a stand.
Yeah.
Fucking water bottle. It's a water bottle cases on it because I haven't been able to go to Home Depot to get sand.
Yeah.
And I kick it hard because I used to play soccer. So when I kick it, that shit fucking swings, and I'm just like, oh fuck.
I bought a stand. I bought it was a heavy bag. It was like 80 or 90 pounds. It might have been 100. I don't know. And yeah, I didn't secure it. And so I started beating on it, and I wasn't this big. I was probably about, I don't know, between 300 and 400. And so I'm putting my weight into it, and the fucking stand's going wong. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't have anything heavy enough to put on this to fucking keep it on the ground.
I wonder if I have any pictures of my fucking toe when I smashed it against that shit.
So while I was outside,
I wish I did.
I really don't know what y'all talked about. Did you guys talk about Harley Quinn yet on Sci-Fi?
We talked about.
We briefly went through it, but
yeah,
not 100%.
Okay, so let me pull this up.
Streaming services.
So there's a little rumor going around, and I know I talked about this in a group chat surrounding the Batman. Now, let me just put this out here. This is just a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. Nothing has been 100% confirmed, but with the Batman being pushed back, it's got Matt Reeves a little on the edge. And he's wanting to do one of two things. Either reshoot the whole film, because they've only shot 25% of it. So start back over from the beginning and go back through, or kind of where they left off, because from the time they left off to whenever they start filming again, you're going to age. So he wants to go back and de-age his actors to look how they were when the movie stopped filming or halted production. Andy, I see you making a face over there. What are your thoughts on this, man?
6 months. He's going to de-age 6 months. I don't know about y'all, but I don't change very much in 6 months.
It's also going to depend on what's his name, Pattison, whatever.
Yeah.
His workout routine. If he packs on more muscle, there's going to be a difference in his physique from when they finished to then. Or could they put a time lapse into the movie, which in this situation, let them age, let him pack on muscle, and say, oh, hey.
Have a flash forward, yeah.
Yeah, be like, hey, 6 months later, Bruce picked up the clues and he went in because, it's supposed to be like an actual mystery, and show actual aging, which no movie really ever does.
Yeah.
I think they could go with that and make something out of it.
But the problem with that is, you kind of run into almost the Ben Affleck thing with Justice League. Some scenes he was skinnier, some scenes he was...
But that was when between Nolan and Snyder,
Joss Whedon and Snyder.
Yeah, between the times then, and Snyder had him look a certain way, and Whedon wanted him to look a different way. Yeah. That's why there was more light shined on him, and I think his beard was gone in some of the scenes. He wanted a difference in him too.
that's been pretty much standard practices for any movie that does reshoots. If you go back and just focus in on Obi-Wan on Phantom Menace, dude, that wig or whatever he wears looks fucking horrible on the reshoots.
And even
the real hair to when they had to reshoot and they gave him some kind of weird fucking wig. You can tell it's a wig. I mean, it's not like it's even close. It looks horrible.
even when they went and did the reshoots for Avengers, for that scene where they're in the shawarma place, Christopher Evans had a beard, so they put that prosthetic on him, and then they just had him sit.
Yeah, that's why he's sitting like this, because the prosthetic was horrible. Like the beard was too thick or something, so he's like this. Hide prosthetic.
You're gonna have that no matter what.
Good job, because I didn't know about it until I saw that clip or whatever, or when they talked about it. But,
Gabe, what are your thoughts? He's not even listening. He's got himself muted.
Yeah, he's doing something.
Filming himself tug it.
He's what?
Filming himself tug it.
There you go. I got
the that's all we're moving.
I got the camera on him. He's talking to his imaginary friend. Look at the face. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
He's like, then you're gonna punch my asshole like this.
He's doing the Ezra Miller. You want to fight? You want to fight?
Okay, son.
He's got to hear us. What are you doing, Gabe? You know you can hear us.
He's finna jump up and slam somebody on the ground.
Yeah, put the headphones back on. Oh, shit. There you go. What were you doing? You're muted.
Yeah, I can't hear you, bro.
Oh, he's still talking to someone.
He's still, That's funny.
What was that all about, man?
Me fighting.
Who were you fighting?
You were pulling the Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I was about to choke out someone.
Choke him out, body slam him.
So I don't know where you left off with listening, but what the hell?
Boxing skills. Woo, 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 woo.
What's your style?
Drunken fist.
Did you hear anything about the rumor surrounding the Matt Reeves Batman?
About what?
There's a rumor going around that because they only shot 25% of the movie, Matt Reeves wants to go back and reshoot the film to catch it up because everybody's aged. And then the other one is that he wants to de-age everybody back to the age they were when they started filming.
I don't really think there's going to be that much of a difference.
No?
You know what I mean? Like, in this it's only a 6-month time frame. Shit, I still look the same that I did in fucking high school. Like, I'm pretty sure you can attest to that. Just a little bit more facial hair. Like,
yeah.
If I shaved, I'd probably look the exact same.
Probably, yeah.
Just with a higher voice, you know? Like, hey, guys.
What's the dude's name? Matt Reeves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves is going to team up with fucking James Cameron, and they're going to build a fucking time machine.
Jesus Christ.
And they're just going to be like, yeah, we're just going to fucking import the motherfuckers from 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Probably.
But, I think it's dumb, like, personally. I do like how they're starting to tie in the new Batman movie, you know, into other, you know, cinema or whatever you want to talk, way you want to put it, like how they included, you know, the newest Batman in the Harley Quinn show that I brought up to you. Apparently Harley Quinn refers to Batman as Battison, as Batman and Battison together, and she says like something Battison. And on her wall, there's a picture of the Batman logo on his suit that's made out of the gun parts, and it's that specific logo. So
that's interesting. Well, I haven't watched the Harley Quinn yet.
I haven't either, but I heard it's really good. I've heard positive reviews about it.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
Tristan and I actually just watched the Harley Quinn movie, Birds of Prey.
I can share this shit. Where my screen somewhere? Yeah, share screen. Okay. Application window.
You're pulling it up?
E. So I don't know if it will pop up. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Let me close out my video game tabs. So that's the picture. Let me see if I can open another picture. And then we'll zoom in. So that's the bat logo from the new movie.
Interesting.
So, and then, where is it?
Why does Poison Ivy look like Pippi Longstocking?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the way they're doing it.
They're trying to attract a younger crowd. Just kidding.
Let's see if it's here. Probably not. What's the show called? I don't even know. It's like Harley Quinn.
I think it's
Harley
Quinn.
Harley Quinn animated. I want to see if it's in the latest episode. Damn, it's probably gonna not be up there. Airball Town, maybe.
Hype man, fuck yeah.
Mark Hamill claps back at the original Luke Skywalker shade.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, in one particular scene, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy have tied her up in a selection of posters you see in the background. Include several prominent Batman posters foreshadowing her love of the vigilante justice and admiration for the Dark Knight. Slightly above to the left, however, is a less obvious Batman Easter egg, the distinctive metallic bat logo from Pattinson's bat suit. Yeah, it appears to be constructed from the main of the gun used to kill Bruce's parents. Details cool, albeit slightly morbid. LOL.
Interesting.
And apparently that's like Oracle, right? The commissioner's daughter. So
It looks like she's almost got a question mark on her shirt.
And the same shade of green.
What?
And the same shade of green.
Yeah.
yeah, it could be Riddler, right? So
I don't know. That's interesting.
Riddler's daughter. I don't know if the Riddler had a daughter.
I don't know. I thought that was Gotham made. The Riddler was gay in Gotham, wasn't he?
No, Penguin.
Yeah, he's Penguin, but I thought the Riddler was gay too.
No. Riddler wanted the one girl. He couldn't get over her.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. This isn't really movie news or anything, but we all play video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not really.
What?
Not really, but go ahead.
Did anybody play the Arkham games?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, apparently... Oh, come on, man. I just had you pulled up. Why are you freezing? One second. Sorry, there you go. Apparently, Rocksteady Studios delivered 3 huge hits with Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. The latter saved as a fitting final to the franchise, and there have been what feels like never-ending rumors about the developers working on a Superman title. Thus far, that's not come to fruition. There are still no signs it will ever become a reality. Rocksteady has weighed in on the matter, but rumblings have seamlessly been persistent about a Justice League game from them, not to mention another possible chapter from the Batman franchise. What?
Sorry, I closed my tab and a fucking YouTube video started playing.
Like said, fist my asshole.
No, he said, "Hey there, guys."
Oh, this my asshole.
Could be fist my asshole, but that'd be a weird start to this episode.
But
Maybe they decided to make this episode rated R. I don't know.
But apparently James Singfield.
Ooh.
What the hell is that? Who's barking? No, Mabby's passed out. She's snoring. Real quick, man.
It doesn't sound like Andy, so.
So I don't. So okay, real quick, we're gonna.
Always Andy. It's always Andy.
Before I read this quote right over here, let me just tell you a quick little story about the dog. So you know when people pee the bed, they're psychopaths, right? From what they say.
I thought they were pyromaniacs if they peed the bed.
I don't know, but the dog was laying in bed with us the other
I
night.
wouldn't say I'm a psychopath, but I do like pyro.
I'm definitely a pyromaniac. I'll let you know that shit for sure.
Listen, it's been like fucking like 20 years, but when I was like 5, yeah.
We were. Jeez.
Okay. Here comes Andy's confessional.
Last night.
Have you ever had a dream where you were pissing?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what.
Okay. I've woken up from one of those dreams, and I'm just like, oh shit! Jump up out of the bed, tear the fucking sheets off, throw some towels down. It's like, motherfucker!
Well, that's the thing. Mavi was in bed with us the other day, a couple of nights ago, and
I'm
she's
sure it was piss.
yeah. Well, she was sitting there, dead asleep, and all of a sudden,
Oh, she's a girl. She's a girl. Never mind.
yeah,
Sorry.
she was there asleep, and she was going, like like she's barking in her sleep, and she starts growling in her sleep, and when she starts growling, she barked once and then pissed the bed because it scared it scared her.
She scared herself.
Yeah, I guess she was. I don't know what the hell she was doing.
Maybe she was having like a nightmare and she was trying to like defend herself from like a pack of wolves.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Tim, you
My dad
look
likes
like you want to say something.
I've woken up from piss dreams before when I was drunk, and yeah, I know exactly what some of us are talking about, but not barking and waking myself up and thinking. I may or may not have had wet dreams in my 30s. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I never had one as a teenager.
Jeez, I don't think I've ever had a wet dream.
I have.
I remember one.
Wait, let me just say, this is definitely switched from movie talk to...
I know, right? It's just,
So...
Have you ever had a dream where something intense is happening?
Yeah.
And you wake up and your chest is beating and like you fucking
You're like beating off with that noise.
and your blood pressure is raised and shit. You're like,
Is that your own face?
Yeah.
I saw into his soul. Oh shit.
My eye starts twitching.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that before or after you get the belt around your neck?
She want to see me with the belt on. It's like a full-on seizure happening.
Jesus Christ. Have you ever had one of those? Never mind. I'm not going there at all.
There's no point.
I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
Okay, let's switch gears. Have y'all heard anything about this? This is very preliminary and early, but there are two
Thanks.
fucking goddamn Corona bullshit.
There we go. Sorry.
Cover your goddamn mouth. Anyway, it's Rob Lowe and somebody else. I forget who it is. It's somebody big, a writer like Damon Lindelof or somebody like that, are working on a Tiger King series. It's very early, and it's also this is all kind of like early shit and rumors. But there's also another company that's also working on a Tiger King series. So there's going to be not fictionalized, but real actors portraying Joe Exotic and all his husbands.
Well, there was a little rumor that Brad Pitt was. Oh my God, Brad Pitt's going to be playing Joe Exotic in a Tiger King movie. But once I heard about it,
play him.
What?
David Spade wants to play him.
Oh God.
Oh my God! Like if he played it serious,
I'm pretty sure he said something about wanting to play him and be serious about it.
Yeah, I can see it. He's already got the Joe Dirt mullet and shit. Oh fuck!
Well, is he too old, David Spade? How old is he?
No, he could put on some makeup and de-age. I mean, I don't think he's that much. You think he's even older than Joe Exotic?
I don't know. He
can always just get into shape and shit.
Hang on.
Unflab.
Plus, there's always makeup.
Yeah.
David Spade is 55.
Really?
Damn,
and Joe Exotic is 57.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay, yeah.
Joe Exotic's older. Holy shit.
So, how long did that take place? Was that like from 2016 or I can't remember?
They started the documentary in 2011. And
oh shit.
Yeah, but all that stuff was lost. All that footage was burnt up.
Yeah.
Then how did
the documentary was started later?
Then how did they have all that footage from?
There might have been like a little bit of footage left.
There was two separate camera crews there. I thought.
Yeah.
They had.
The first one was that guy Rick, who was supposed to film his stuff as like a documentary or.
And they still had all the
TV series
stuff.
What?
It was supposed to be a reality show, so he had his camera crew filming the reality show, but then he also had cameramen filming the filming of it because he was allowed to film it so he could make money off of like a show showing how ridiculous everything was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, part of his payment was he had to run Joe Exotic's web TV show.
And then they did that, and they kept all the footage from the shows.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't go away. And then Joe burnt down the studio based on the evidence.
Fuck, that's a shit show, man.
Yeah, it is. That was nuts.
People were saying that the one guy is like actually her husband or whatever. I didn't watch the show yet because I've been studying for my final, but I read something somewhere that it was like that one guy looks like eerily similar to like her old husband, and like it's all like a setup so that Joe would go to prison.
So he faked his death and then remarried his wife.
Yeah, they faked his death so that they would like blackmail Joey Exotic or whatever, Joe Exotic, to go to prison.
That's funny.
Made no sense because I don't think Joe Exotic was that much of. I don't think he was a threat at all at that time, was he?
No.
I don't.
He tried to kill her, right?
That was towards the end.
Yeah.
That after his one husband died, that's when he kind of.
Yeah, he went off the rails.
I don't know. That show got dark towards the end. That documentary. It was.
Did you watch the 8th episode where they went back and interviewed the crew?
I have not seen that one. Isn't the one chick now a man? Didn't she transition?
No.
The one with no hand?
She wants to be called a man, but
It looks manly, but I don't know if she transitioned or anything.
no, she didn't transition. She said that everybody else was upset about how they they characterized her and called her a female. She's like, I don't care. She's like, other people were more offended than I was.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of want to go back and see. I haven't seen the 8th episode, so.
Yeah, Joel McHale, he interviewed them kind of like what we're doing, and he would ask them all questions, and they all said Joe deserves jail time. Like, he was an asshole. He was a total dickhead. He was cruel to the animals. When he was in the cages with them, they were sedated because he was terrified of them.
Are you serious?
Well, he fed people like what was it? The Walmart truck pepperoni, the Walmart truck pizzas.
The dumpster food.
Yeah, yeah.
And when he needed room for 5 tiger, or he needed room for something, so he walked up and he just executed 5 of the tigers so that he could use their cages.
Damn.
I thought that was just speculation. Was that
A
was real?
bunch of people that they interviewed confirmed it.
Yeah, one of the guys that works for him basically saw him, or saw him walk over there, heard the shot, and he came back. It's later on in the episodes, and he says he basically bears witness to it.
That is.
And a woman brought a horse there, thinking that he would let the horse live on the land because the horse was older, and she
Fed it to the tigers.
he told her, he said, yeah, we'll make sure that the horse is taken care of. He can run this land as long as he needs to. Just leave your trailer here and we'll bring it back to you. Lady drives off and she's down the road, and that's when somebody else heard the gunshot, or he called Rick over and told Rick, hey, come here and watch this. And he killed the horse right there. And they cut it up and fed it to the tigers.
That
But I
is-
mean, all of those people, all of those tiger fuckers are whacked out. You got the long-haired dude that's running a fucking cult.
Yeah.
You got 10 wives and shit. You got fucking Carol Baskin killing her fucking husband.
The only normal one was the one that...
And what animal rights activist do you know that wears animal print? Even if it's fake animal print.
They're against it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, they're all fucked in the head.
Yeah, the only normal person, I think, was that Tim guy who had that little monkey on his shoulder at one point.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
He went and helped Jeff Lowe with digging up and starting the new area.
Oh, yeah, he was a little bit of a fuck the government guy, though, a little bit. Which I don't hold against him, but he seemed like, it's like, yeah, you come on my fucking property, I'm going to shoot your ass.
Out of all of them, I'd say he's probably the most normal.
Yeah, probably.
It's crazy that it only costs $5,000 to buy a tiger.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think
We
at the,
ought to fucking pool our money, our Trump bucks, and go into the tiger business, and we can fucking plot to kill our wives and husbands and rivals and and start a cult, a sex cult.
I think at the end, didn't they say that it what?
That's living, Livin.
Living. I think at the end, didn't they say that there's still no laws against not owning a tiger?
You can't buy or sell it, but how you come to acquire it, I mean, I guess they won't ask questions if you're
And
owning.
the fuckers that are grandfathered in, they could still. I don't know. Can they breed them? I mean, I don't think it could possibly be illegal to breed them if you have tigers already, because it's an endangered species.
Fair.
There's more tigers in America than there are in the wild,
Yeah.
and wherever the fuck they're from.
So I just found out, I was looking on Twitter, they released the name for the new Venom movie.
Let there be carnage.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know how I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Look. Don't you start, Andy.
People were like saying what this guy say? Why do these movies have to have such dumb subtitles? Just name it Venom 2 and be done with it. Or like, why not just call it Venom 2 Maximum Carnage or Venom 2 Absolute Carnage at that point?
Sony is whacked out of their minds with some of the shit that they do.
I think a lot of it has to do too with Marvel stepping in saying, yes, you can use this. No, you can't use that. But my thing is, I don't know how I feel about it. Because
I mean, it kind of ruins it, doesn't it? Like,
it's.
I mean, we already knew though that Carnage was going to be in it.
Look, it's too soon for Carnage, for Casey Cassidy. I feel
Cletus
like,
Cassidy.
What?
Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah, what did I say? Casey Cassidy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
My
what
bad.
are they going to do?
What?
What are they going to do?
Well, I mean,
It's going to be Carnage.
He's going to fucking travel the earth kung fu style.
okay, so no, look.
Get into adventures.
First of all, the origin of Venom, they got completely wrong. They fucked that up, and that's what I hated. The origin of Venom is Spider-Man and the Avengers and everybody goes to what fucking planet is that?
Symbiote planet, and there's like a king of the symbiotes.
No.
Where Spider-Man comes back with the black suit. It was the war.
Right.
Secret Wars.
Secret
Secret
Wars.
Wars.
Yes,
Yeah.
but yes.
The
So he
Beyonders
comes.
had a bunch of bad guys and a bunch of good guys, and I don't know if it was another dimension or whatever, but he put him on another planet and had them battle it out.
And that's how Spider-Man came back with the black suit.
And of course, all of their suits get fucked up while they're fighting all these bad guys. Spider-Man walks up to some other hero, and he's like, "Dude, how'd you fix your suit?" And he's like, "There's a machine over there that fucking fixes your suit."
Mr. Fantastic helps him control the black suit, and Mr.
No. This is where he gets the suit. So Spider-Man goes to a machine because the guy just points at it. Spider-Man goes to a machine, stands under there, and then boom, his suit turns black. So he thinks the machine just fucked up. He doesn't know that he's wearing a symbiote.
Right.
And he comes back from the Secret Wars with the black suit. And then he wears it for a long time before he ever figures out that it's a symbiote and it actually turns into venom and shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has to go to Mr. Fantastic for help.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fantastic is able to separate them, and he's able to contain the venom. And then I think, Tim, maybe you could correct me on this. I think the original Venom suit dies or is actually a child of Venom.
I don't remember that. I just remember it is attracted to Eddie Brock due to the hatred.
Right. But
Peter.
So I think that plays into it later. I think something happens with the original suit because JJ's son goes to space and he brings home the.
Well, that's in one story. That's in the animated series and in Venom.
Actual comic. I can't remember. I was reading back then when Venom or when the black suit was introduced, and I can't remember if he gets rid of the suit. Like Mr. Fantastic helps him get rid of the suit, and then it finds Eddie Brock, and then because the
church scene is accurate.
The suit doesn't trigger his.
That church scene, like Spider-Man 3 with the bell ringing, and it drops off of him. I think that's fairly accurate.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact order of things, but I know that he might have gotten the suit off. The suit comes back. He does the bell scene, the church scene, and then the suit finds Eddie Brock. And because the suit doesn't trigger his spider sense, Eddie Brock is able to basically stalk Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that's when Venom is born, and then he starts fighting him. And I think what happens is that he tricks the suit into. I might be getting the movie mixed up. He tricks the suit into coming back onto him because the suit really wants Peter Parker as his symbiote or
It
whatever.
doesn't like that
Right.
it was rejected by him.
Yeah,
That's what a lot of like the emotional attachment from the suit to Peter is it wanted to be accepted.
Yes.
and I'm trying to remember if like Carnage and all those were like. I didn't read up until that point, but I think in the comics that Carnage and all the rest of the symbiotes were, or at least some of them were born of Venom.
Yeah.
One of them was Venom's kid or something. But I never got to that point in the comics. I stopped reading before.
So I got it here.
Spider-Man were beating the shit out of each other, and they crashed through a prison where Cletus Cassidy was. And as they took their fight outside of the prison, there was just a real tiny little speck, a seed, on the prison cell bar. And I think Cletus went to grab the bar, and it bonded to him. And it just loved his craziness.
Yeah.
I think Russell's going to be joining in soon. He just asked me for a link.
So I'll read this synopsis that I got here. So the alien costume saga is the start of it. So Spider-Man was among the heroes kidnapped by the powerful Beyonder to fight in the Secret Wars. When his costume was damaged, Parker tried using the futuristic technology on the Beyonder's planet to repair it, and instead replaced it with an alien symbiote, which transformed it into a black version of Spider-Man's costume, perhaps based on the newly appeared Spider-Woman. Parker, using the symbiote in his costume, was capable of transforming into street clothing as well as generating webs on its own. Once the Secret Wars came to an end, Peter returned to Earth along with the other abducted superhumans and continued to use the black suit. He eventually noticed the costume behaved strangely, so he sought the help from Fantastic Four's Mr. Fantastic, who discovered the suit was a living organism. He helped remove the costume by force and kept it at Fantastic Four's headquarters in captivity.
Yep.
Symbiote would later escape, plaguing the life of Parker again, and ultimately merging with one of Spider-Man's critics, Eddie Brock, creating the villain Venom. In a climactic fight, Spider-Man defeated his new foe. And then it talks about the fight with Venom. Let me see if it talks about Cletus.
And the seed being left behind. Which, the reason I think they introduced it the way they did at the end of the Venom movie is that'd be a perfect placement for the symbiote to leave behind a seed to attach itself to Cletus.
Hello.
Cletus Snow?
What's up?
It's Venom in the Bandit, or Venom in the Smokey and the Venom.
I don't know. I mean, the Venom movie. Did they change it from? Was it? What?
So Dom was pissed off about it. I said the Venom movie made a shit ton of money, so Dom's pissed off about it.
No. That's not it at all.
Hugely successful.
Look, I forget. Was it rated R or was it PG-13?
It was R.
PG-13.
Was it?
Movie? Yeah, it was PG-13.
Because I know they marketed the movie that it was a hard R. And then I think you're right, Russell. At the last minute, they changed it to PG-13.
Yeah, I found it. It's right here. So, yeah. So this is from the comics itself, not anything else. So, an opportunity for early parole presented itself in the form of his new cellmate, Eddie Brock, who was the former host of the symbiote once bonded to Spider-Man. Monster and Man had merged to become the villainous Venom, but Brock had been separated from Venom during a battle with Spider-Man and the supervillain Sticks and Stones. Cletus dismissed Brock's claims of being Venom and that the symbiote would return to him as a delusion, and attempted to convert him to his homicidal philosophy on life. Brock was disgusted with that or whatever. So,
hey, apparently, like, people are saying that Kim Jong-un is dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rona got him? Corona-chan?
No, he did. Apparently, he died during heart surgery. Like, they botched his heart or some shit like that.
That doesn't
That
surprise
was an
me.
assassination, bro.
What?
Yeah, that's what they were saying, that the South Koreans came to help or something, or the Chinese came to help or whatever, and like he
I
died.
had 3 people to see what was going on, and they
But-
couldn't do him.
Yeah, I don't know. But then it says Cletus was going to kill Eddie, but before he could do so, the Venom symbiote entered through the cell and bonded to Brock, who transformed into Venom and escaped. And then, unknown to its human host, the symbiote was pregnant and gave birth during the disastrous rescue and left behind in the midst of the riot that ensued the symbiote spawn, which is Carnage.
Which hole did that come out of?
Who knows? And it bonded with Cassie, entering into his bloodstream through a cut on his hand and amalgamated with his blood. So then he became Carnage.
Oh, that's because the red
Lovely.
is the blood, and it's actually really painful, right? There's something about his suit that actually causes him pain. Red on the outside.
Well,
Yeah,
it-
yeah. You're right.
It's what causes him pain is it enters through the butthole.
Use lube.
Well, I mean,
What? You mean
In
what?
space, there is no lube.
Be like when Shameless and just use mayonnaise.
things just bond to each
What
other. in
episode was
space.
that in? I missed that one.
Are you all caught up on it?
I don't think so. Maybe not the last season.
On what one?
The first or second episode of the last season.
What?
Shit. Shameless.
Oh, I know what.
Maybe lube.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Like the British version or the English version?
that's the American one.
Oh, or the American? Yeah,
America.
the one with fucking Emmy Rossum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she actually left, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think after this last. No, the show ended.
No, there's one final season that should come out this summer.
Okay. I'm still not like fully awake.
I can see that.
He's got the fucking Rona, man.
Well, not really, but they gave me like this cough medicine.
Oh, the good shit.
It honestly, it fucking looks like. Do you know what fish oil pills are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like that. Like that's what the pills look like. They look like fish oil pills.
Okay. But it knocked you out or what?
Yeah, that and a combo of that and just lack of sleep.
I don't see anything saying that Carnage, damages its user or anything. Like he was taken out and like in and out of Cletus like a couple of times.
Yeah. It's
Like I said, it enters to the butthole. It was taken in and out of Cletus several times.
real quick, Russell. I like your little Mexican porn stash that you're growing over there, man.
I know,
It
right?
looks like you dirty Sanchez to cross your upper lip and shit. Look,
Well, yeah, you're. Well, yeah.
okay.
I met up with that okay boomer chick. So.
Oh.
Okay. Look, one of my
So
biggest
worth it.
one of my biggest problems with the Venom movie is the ending. It was weird to see the girl wearing the Venom suit and seeing him making out with her while she's Venom. That was kind of weird, and I feel like they're setting that up for her to wear a Venom suit too as well.
I guess I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's when they were in the woods after some truck accident or some shit like that. And the ending, it just complete, once again, CGI nonsense or bullshit. And
Where he bit the dude's head off?
what?
Was that where he bit the guy's head off? And
No. When he the main boss fight.
oh yeah,
It was very 2010 2010, no, not 2010, like 2005 era. It felt very
Fake.
yeah, and just
It didn't look good.
no.
Isn't the last scene him in the like the convenience store telling that guy how he's gonna like rip his arms off and legs off, and he's just gonna be an armless, legless turd rolling down the street.
I think
Yeah.
so.
And that's a direct quote from one of the comics, I think.
But then he bites the dude's head off, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we don't see. I don't think we see the head being bit off.
No, it's off camera, but you know that he does it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but see, no, yeah, the head actually getting bitten off, that would be the rated R cut.
Yeah.
And
Which
My advice to you is to overanalyze it and just ruin it for everybody else.
no. But here's the thing, like
It's like, oh man.
also too.
What you do?
Also, too, who's directing the new movie? Alfred, what's his name?
Pennyworth?
Smeagol. Who plays Smeagol? That's
Andy Serkis?
yeah, he's directing Venom 2.
Okay.
He's not. He to me, he doesn't seem like a strong enough director to handle something like that. I don't know. And sorry, you all right, Russell?
Like I said, I have an upper respiratory infection.
It's the fucking coof, man. He took a survey.
It's not the beer bug.
Oh, hey, Russell.
What?
You gotta watch out for that boomer chick, man. I heard she's got a boyfriend. You're gonna end up tied to the bed blindfolded.
That was funny.
Oh my god. I like how Drex is like, no, stop.
He just kept putting the mask on.
I'm lost.
You should watch Ricada Law.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude.
But yeah. So we are. Let me quickly look at this real quick to see how far we're in.
Good few hours.
Yeah, it's been a while. I feel like.
Yeah, we are in 2 hours and 45 minutes long. As my voice just
I was
crashed.
gonna say about 3 hours.
His racket's on
Yeah,
tonight.
yep. This is about 3 hours over here. Do you guys want to keep going but switch over to Child Alive, or do you just want to end the show but still talk off camera or you know what I mean? What do you guys want to do?
Well, apparently Tessa Thompson refuses to work with white people.
White
Jesus.
people and men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you can go work somewhere else.
Oh, okay, all right. So before you get into that, Russell, have you seen the title of this episode?
I don't pay attention to your titles.
Okay. All right. So let me just put this out there, Russell. I'm not looking to have any negative heat towards me. Okay?
So you're turning to Russell?
So you want me to take all the negative heat? I'm willing to do that for you.
So let me just put this out there. The title of this episode is Transgender Vampires.
Before this
It's about Robert Pattinson.
So there's a movie that we started off talking about, which was our main topic, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. There's a movie coming out about...
Hold on. Gabriel, what did you say?
I was gonna say, before the whole conversation starts again, I'm gonna go take a poop. And I'm gonna go shower. And if the show's still on, I'll hop back in.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
You make your poopy.
I have to poop like it's nobody's business. So y'all have a good night.
You got the Groundhog Day coming out and seeing its shadow and going back in.
It's about to be like, fucking protein shit. It's gonna rip my butthole a new one. So
Enjoy your poop.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
I mean, I can go on my phone.
There you go.
You just might hear some. Bloop, bloop.
Everybody go take a shit. Like, it's
Streaming from the porcelain.
like,
You just hear that. Every time it splashed down, you go, Geronimo!
Where you going, man?
There's one every now and again. It's like,
God.
And then all you hear is just a little tiny.
oh shit!
Everybody make poop. Okay, Russell. So there's a movie that's coming out. I don't remember what, but it's called Bit B-I-T. The main protagonist in the film is a real transgender female.
Like the actress or the
actress? The actress. Character. Yes, the actress is transgender.
Okay.
She goes to LA for summer vacation, and she meets up with 4 other vampires, and they're queer. They're lesbians, and they stand up for what?
I can already tell you this movie will not make money.
They stand up for SJWs, and they take out men who are what was the word I said, Tim?
Predatorial.
Yeah.
That movie is gonna fail.
It already has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and 89% in audience.
Of course it does.
How many sex scenes are there?
Probably none.
Okay.
Not interested.
Okay, the 100% on Rotten Tomatoes is off of 7 people.
Yeah. Also,
so 7 people gave it 100%.
Wait! I thought Rotten Tomatoes wasn't allowing people to actually vote on the movies before they come out.
I think this was a 2019 release, and then I think they're trying to resend it out. But the way they're marketing the movie, it's nothing like that at all. Like, if you go and watch the trailer says nothing about the character being transgender, the vampire women being queer. It's just them taking out men because they're predatory.
So they're trying to lie to people.
Do you think that is a good marketing tactic, or do you think that is a terrible marketing tactic?
No, it's terrible. People hate being lied to.
I agree. And now I'm bringing this up to you not to cause any...
Basically, this is... I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is the film equivalent of a trap.
Oh, God. Okay.
Of a trap?
Of a trap.
TRAP? It's a trap?
Yes, it's a trap.
Like trap women?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what they're doing.
I got you. But, like I said, not causing any hate speech or any hate crimes because we don't need that in our life. But
no hate intended at all. No hate intended at all.
But I'm saying as like in a marketing standpoint.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Is they're advertising one thing and like you get in there and it's something else.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unless they advertise it exactly as what the movie is supposed to be.
If they advertise it exactly as the movie's supposed to be, it'll make no money because no one will go.
Well, you have all the activists that fight for...
Those people don't go to movies.
All right. So let me...
They don't have money.
Do you guys want to... All right. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to show up. I'm going to show you the trailer real quick. And so you guys can base your opinions off of it. So let me see. Let me pull it up real quick.
Does the movie have its own website? Because I want to see what the movie's website says about it.
I don't know. Hold on 1 second.
I'm sure if it does have its own website, if it's not made by like, if the website's not, since it sounds very much like an independent film, if it does have its own website, it's very badly made.
Okay, so here's the, I don't know, behind the scenes. Subscribe.
You know those teen vampire movies that feel like the horny soap opera fever dreams of an 8th grade diary? Here's how mine began.
They're
graduating class of Central Oregon High.
Be safe. Oh my god, guys, I'm gonna be fine. My first night in LA, and it's already the best night of my life. Hi. We're going to after hours party if you want to come.
That's enough. Shoveled a lot in your life, haven't you? How would you like to hold the keys to the kingdom for a change? Now would be the time for any questions.
Were you guys like
Vampires?
Yup. Do you guys kill people?
Indiscriminately.
Innocent people?
It's like 80-20. Rule number 1, never turn a man into a vampire. Men can't handle power. Welcome to Fight Club.
Fight Club?
What about Bit Girls? Sounds like we're part of STEM or something. Welcome home.
What, no coffin?
Why would we do that?
'Cause it's dope.
You're staying away from drugs, right?
Yes, Mom. My life's a horror movie. Life's full of things you never think should happen, and then it does. I'm going to be 18 forever.
People just think you're aging well.
Actually, looks like decent quality production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Even before you told me about that, or what it was actually about, I wouldn't have. Like, by the trailer, I wouldn't have gone and seen it.
I mean, it looks. Tim's yawning. I thought he was laughing.
No, I'm tired.
Yeah, and it looks interesting.
To me, it really doesn't.
It's just.
I'd run it.
You'd run it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might watch it if it came on TV at like 4 a.m, or if it was on Netflix and I was really bored at like 4 a.m.
I mean, it looks like it would have some comedy to it, and but I don't know. I just don't.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't look funny at all.
Well, you're also.
It sounds better if you like.
No, go ahead. Finish what you say. Finish your comment.
Yeah, because you're Russell. That's what I was saying.
No, I mean, like, if something's not funny to me, I'll go ahead and fucking say it. It's not funny. It doesn't look funny.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not your cup of tea. That's not your type of humor. But I don't know, and I'm curious to check it out.
I don't care to watch that at all.
It looks like Booksmart, Twilight, The Lost Boys.
Here's the other thing: like, people were tired of vampire movies 6 years ago.
Yeah. Well, maybe
it's just kind of a bad time to make a vampire movie in the first place.
Well, they haven't had a good one in I don't know how long.
They haven't had a good vampire-based property since Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well, no, let me rephrase that. Since Angel went off the air.
Never watched it. I wasn't gay enough.
What about the True Blood show? I never watched that.
That was
okay. Yeah, all right. No, well, True Blood until about like the first 4 seasons were good, and then it got kind of.
Then it turned into male penis the whole time.
And no, it's just the writing went downhill.
They had a new showrunner, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're now almost 4 hours in. So what I'm going to do here, I think I'm going to end the episode for y'all tuning in and watching. I'm not getting offline. I'm staying here and video chatting with these guys, but you won't be able to watch, people. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this episode.
Oh, come on, let's do Chiodo Live.
You want to do Chiodo Live?
Why not? Got nothing
Okay.
better to do.
Tim, are you hanging out, or you?
I'm probably gonna call it a night.
You're gonna call it a night? Okay.
Andy will stay.
I know Andy's ass is starting to hurt.
Why? It's got so much padding.
There's also so much weight, and the padding on the chair doesn't fucking help it.
Well, aren't you sitting there with a laptop?
Real quick, gentlemen.
Where?
Next Saturday, would y'all like to sit and watch The Gentleman and do like a watch party with that?
Love that movie.
I haven't.
Gentlemen?
What?
I
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know if that'd be a fun. I don't know if it'd be a fun one to do a watch party with, because
I think we should watch party something that a lot of y'all haven't seen.
I think we should do. I think we should do a watch party of a movie that's terrible,
It?
or like a good B horror movie like Sleepaway Camp.
Oh God.
We can make our own Mystery Science Theater 3000.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Do some riff track shit.
Hey, man, I'm down. But with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Andy, where can people find you?
In my house, where everybody else is.
All right, heard that. Respect. Russell, where can people find you?
Usually masturbating.
Tim, how about you? Where can people find you?
Instagram _Tim.O'Neill_.
There you go. And of course, you guys.
More sharing pictures, but every once in a while, I do post videos of me working out.
There you go. There you. And of course, you guys can follow me at Drop It Like Dom. All right, guys, live long and prosper.